All right, everybody, welcome to Boxing. So, uh, okay, first and foremost, you mentioned, I had been trying to get the audio to work for a while on this. This took a this took a pod minute to get going, but and my still cut work because I can't quite get. But I lowered the bit rate for all of it. It should be fine. It should run. I have no idea, but yeah, we're gonna be recording this today, and we're gonna be streaming through the audio through this today. So let's see how well that goes. But in any case, to kind of just start off with what the plan is for this, essentially what we're going to be doing is I have I this is overloaded. And it should be. In any case, I have the King of Isaac Four Souls. This is my copy. This is for a while. This is the collecting cards for proud of it. It is one of my. I pride myself. I have a very good collection of that. However, what I have next to me this massive thing. So, we're gonna massive box. Uh, so yeah, there was a Kickstarter for that. There was a Kickstarter for that, and it's one of my favorite. Also, it should mention play soundtrack over the stream, but I couldn't quite get that to work. So we're just gonna be narrating everything we do, and we won't be unfortunately for that. And because I couldn't quite get that, I'm just gonna be talking for pretty much the entire stream. But in any case, what is we got lots of good Souls Requiem. Hello, welcome, Anna, welcome. But what we've got is we've got an amount of things. It has, I think there's new cards. Yeah, hi. So we got plushies here. I'm doing good, thank you. But yeah, we got plushies in here. We've got cards in here. We've got a whole bunch of other things. We've got it up. We've got a massive, and they've also updated some of the cards, and that's going to be in the box. But so yeah, and also I had to configure my setup because what I usually do is have myself in the corner, and then I have my stream, my little chat underneath it. And then I had, yeah, just to talk about kind of some of the problem areas that were with the stream since I'm on this topic. I tried to stream my camera through the Elgato. I had to swap them, and then I just bigger. That was the easy part. But yeah, we've got a massive box full of there's some fun things in here. It took a bit to work, but so I appreciate you hanging out. But, this is a massive bunch of things in it. So what we're going to be doing is opening it, and we've got the expanded. also had to clear off my desk so I had room for all of these things. But what we're going to be doing is we're just going to time. I'm going to just showcase everything. Because I figured when I was streaming, when I was instead the main well, just some long and then we just pop it open, and ooh, we've got right. Okay, so first, right off the top, we've got plushies. And one of the first things first, I'm gonna this plushie. What we've got is thank you for following. I appreciate it. But first things first, we have got probably one of the cute, obviously to add the whole thing. What is it? Four Souls Requiem. Because he kind of represented for pendants, but we've got baby Pooh. Look at him. He's adorable. I love him. He's so cute. But and he's interestingly one of the few unique thing, and this is in character for him. If you fight in the but yeah, this is baby. Additionally, one kind of plushies of a monster that I got. If I gotta open it, but this guy. We have Monstro. He's just an adorable goober, and I love him. And my thing. In a minute, but that's the main. Other goodies in here. Hold on. We got a little stressful. For stress. They do exist. And all these should be available in the Maestro Media store, so you should be able to get them. And there is a special box. Well, there is a special thing I need to open, but if I can get this open. But also this came with a special thing. So what I'm gonna try and do is open. Okay, but the special thing. This is the Isaac figure, I believe. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, howdy. Okay. Ugh. Okay, he comes with a little stand, but demonstrate this. If I can get it to open, because it's not opening, it's not cooperating. There we go. All right, so put him on the. We got Isaac, who thing. You can't get him, unfortunately. You can only get the merch, and I don't think he's available as a standalone merch thing. But if you, which is great. And yeah, Isaac, that's what he's for. He's designed, and he's just designed after Tainted Isaac. Obviously, it's just a reskin. You can get the Isaac one, but you can't get this one, I don't think. But this was a reskinned Isaac. So he is pretty. So yeah, you can tell because he's not actually holding a spin down dice. He's actually holding a recolored D6, and they've admitted that they didn't really have a custom mold for the Tainted Isaac, so they just painted a regular one and turned it into Tainted Isaac. So that but it does work. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you make do what you have, and they did. So yeah, but hard as well. So what we've got is okay. So what we've got to do is but leave and Ultra Pride. Signed up. That's get them anymore, but internal control to force your entire and character build around, which is so cool. That's a little bit of a mess, but that is cool. That is cool nonetheless. He shows up in yeah. He'll just show up, do a thing. He'll show you corrupt. He'll just be it'll just be a nuisance. It'll just swap everything around and just make it work. So that's good. But and that's right. But yeah, Ultra, you know, is just putting yourself in a video game. It's Ultra Pro. If you number of times, but as on doing it, it'll be a chat if you kill don't have probably not it's worth it because that's in fact dangerous. But in case we've got the big box. And I need my scissors again. Where did I put? I just had my scissors. Where did they? Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where did my scissors go? Oh boy. I just had them. Where did they go? I just had them. Oh. A pair. That's if I'm losing. I don't put that where I can find it later if I need it again. What's come with mine is in the box. Get the box open. About all we got, and it's got a little clasp on it, which I like. This is the big boy treasure box, which means it's very big, very massive, but it is a massive toy chest like thing. Because, that's the whole thing about the Binding of Isaac. He crawls around inside his toy chest, battling his inner demons. That's kind of the point of the story. Oh. I understand. That's why it's not opening. Oh. Huh? I'm so confused. I am so confused. How does this open? This has a thing around it, and I don't know how to get the thing off. There's probably tape or something holding it on, right? Right? Oh, it is glued. That is what it is. That's why it's not flying. It's glued. Hold on. Maybe now it'll. Yeah, the thing. Maybe now it'll slide out. I'll destroy it. It's the problem, though. I don't want to. Okay, perfect. Okay, but that is, in fact, the Requiem box. Okay, there's a sleeve on it. That's why it is so difficult to open. But the big boy box, I should mention, is available for. Well, it's available to just order. You can buy it. World available. That's it. But okay, and I think there are some things on here. So there are things. It is decorated like a box. It has some of Isaac's drawings on it, which is great. There's things on the side. There's things on the side. You got Guppy, and the bottom you've got the missing poster, and other things. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to show that, but you got the missing poster, and then I off the sleeve. The sleeve actually has instruction booklet, an instruction thing at the bottom. Yeah, there's a thing on the bottom here that you're supposed to be able to read once you take it off. But, okay. Ages 14 plus, 1 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes. There's the Four Souls base game. Alright, so, in any case, and the mega expansion to this hit Binding of Isaac card game, Four Souls. More sacrifice, more betrayal, more fun, more hoarding. Created by Edmund McMillan, and you can go to foursouls.com to find a complete, card deck thing. Actually, the card, the Four Souls, the actually has a bunch of things on it that are, because it's got game resources, it's got a list of every card that's and where you can get them. It has a rules listed, so you can learn how to play in more depth. If you don't have the game and you would like to learn the game, that is the best for that. And then you've also got promotional things that are connected to the website. You've got the people that have helped with the website as well. There's a list of things. There's a host of things. Return to the basement Return to the basement within this vast expansion to the Binding of Isaac Four Souls. Super experience with the brand new solitaire mode and co-op modes. With over 250 new cards, replay is almost endless.
The roster of characters is now greater than ever with the addition of tainted characters. A brand new, which offers global modifiers for players, either blessing them with powerful effects as they fight to survive. It's not all doom and gloom though. Charmed enemies turn friends and players race to be the first Four Souls. In any case, the context of which are 250 Requiem expansion cards, 12 rebalanced cards, 60 Warp Zone cards, World's Art cards, 100 Tainted Penny tokens, 10 tokens, 10 cards, sticker sheet, 6 temporary tattoos, 2 coloring pages, 10 blank cards, and 1 collectible pin. So there's a lot of things in here. And I believe there's a couple of other things in here. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, I did not... Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so, first things first, here's a thing. Kind of a Where's Waldo type thing. Okay, I need to show this. This is cool. Alright, I'll also show the box in a second, because there's something in the box that I want... I'll just spin around and show you the box. We've got just a massive art card thing that has all of the bosses on it. And it's a big thing, and it is double-sided. There's a reverse side. But this is a work of art. There's so many things. It's like a thing. It's like, see? I didn't know that was in there. So that's pretty cool. I know. I mean, and then here's the stickers they were talking about. There's I'm pretty sure these are the tattoos. Yeah, I'm not gonna use these. Are there? But you've got the brimstone. You've got mom again. You've got a dice thing that says lucky. You've got forgotten. And all that I think is based on. Here for the Binding of Isaac's Four Souls. Now, I mean, there are a handful of characters you can course, but they're the main characters. The characters that are made to, represent. Maggie, Judas, Isaac, and Blue. And on the reverse side, you've got all of their tainted forms. I don't know them because they're based on the. Well, I know they're in the games. They're just called Tainted Blue Baby, Tainted Cain, all that. They're given their achievement names for unlocking them in this, so I don't actually know them off the top of my head because I really am not good enough at the game. To bring the red key, final floor of the game. And then find a random room that you're supposed to find and open it. And I don't know how to do that. But, in any case, big thanks to everyone who... But in any case, I also got a card from Edmund. So I'm going to show that off first. Yeah, here it is. But thanks to everyone who supported the Requiem Quickstar and joined in on the pretty insane adventure. It's with your support that we were able to do so much great stuff in this project and make it not only better, but your creativity to make this as well. Till next time, folks. Edmund. Thank you, Edmund. Edmund is a delight. Edmund is honestly a delight. But in any case, I can spin this around to show the Lost. The Lost is just in here in the top of the box, and I find that awesome. It looks amazing. I love that. I didn't even know that. I kind of sort of knew that was a thing because I saw it on Twitter, but it looks amazing and fun. In any case, what have we got in here? They've got a massive expanded rule card thing. Okay, so I should probably demonstrate this. I shouldn't. I should really demonstrate what it is. Yeah, this is... I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to put my card here. Hold on, but we'll do... There's all the things, here's the other things. So we've got the expanded rule book, which has a bunch of things in it. I do appreciate that. I'm actually going to shuffle this off to the side because it's taking up a bit of room, and I want you guys to be able to see me while I do this. That's kind of important as well. That's kind of important to the whole experience of this.
We're gonna shuffle this off to the side, right here, so you guys can see the camera. So the camera is not being obscured. And we've got quite a few cards in here. We've got quite a few things. So, all right, we've got terms cards now, which will help people play the game. That's important. Oh, okay. So these are the rebalance cards. All right. These are the cards that are kind of be shuffled back in. My deck currently do not. What the point of these are. So I guess we should start with the terms card. It just has all the things that you need to know to play the game. It seems like there's only the one, interestingly. But that's fun. That's fine. And then okay, these are the tainted characters. So these go back in. And also they're big size. They don't fit in the box. Hold on a second. Why do they not fit in the? Crazy? Or are they just taller? It's okay. Unless they're supposed to be matte. But I guess it'll be fine. But there's a lot of things. Oh, I know what these. I'm that's essentially what it is. But we've also got first and foremost we got the rebalance cards. The rebalance cards. Well, they brought the first edition to rebalance everything that I currently have, which is great. So yeah, the rebalance card. Rebalance cards. Okay, the cards included in this pack have significant them in for existing of these games. The base D6 sleight of hand has Lord of the Pit, Mantle, and the Four Souls symbols. Keep up to date with the latest. These for all of the characters. Cost has been character. You can recharge a character when he's also significantly. They're updated. So these are all. I should mention these. Well, they are new, but they're not. These are updated to be remastered to let the card you need to swap out. So yeah, for example, I guess it's exactly the same. So it's well, not exactly the same. The effect is different, but it's rebalanced and reworked, so it is somewhat different. Choose a dice roll. Its controller re-rolls it. At the end of your turn, recharge this. So this will just re-roll. So it's okay. So what they're doing is these are worded differently to explain them better, and that makes perfect sense actually. They're explain something. So they're well explained. Is good. All right, so that does work. That works, and so these are all the rebalanced. I'll have to swap these in later, so I'll just set because that's what the game that's what they want me to do. So we're gonna be setting them off to the side, and we'll be doing that later because these are all the rebalanced character cards and all.
those are. I'm gonna just set these off to the side because I just need to do that. That is just something to do. I need to filter those back in. But any case, I guess we'll start with the okay. And these are the alt arts. Okay, so that worked. Makes sense. These are new items, new trinkets, new thing, bosses. Okay, so we've got a couple things, and then area rooms, and here's is because I don't really know what these are. Okay, let's start. I think with the zone cards because here's the thing, and this is why I titled the stream the way that I did. So what I should mention is that because the game in expanding Four Souls to include all your favorite things from the original game. Added a bunch of new things as well that expands are designed to expand. So, well, expanding the game itself, we've so what happened was Edmund had these things called warp zone areas, warp zones, which were unlocked as you completed the various social goals. So the characters that are in this are not from The Binding of Isaac. They're from a completely different franchise, game, movie. What is it? Other things, other random, other games he's made as well. So not even. This is literally like Super Smash Brothers 4 Souls. It really is because he just added a bunch of characters in the game that weren't in the game, so that aren't even from the franchise itself. So they're from expanded areas and things like that. So that's kind of important. But in any case, we're going to start with if we can find. We should probably start with the characters, and these are all of their character cards. Okay, so I'm gonna swap in color, but these are all the cards. So these are all important things that we need to do. Where is he? Okay, so I think the best way to parcel this out is to start with all the starting characters, the new characters that were added. That would be a smart way to start. So, first things first, we have got, I need to find it, but his thing's out of order. Some of these are out of order, I'm realizing. Okay, but first things first, we're going to start with Abe. And Abe, I know Abe is from Oddworld. I have never played Oddworld, but I know that's what he's from. But, yeah, Abe is Oddworld, and he has his own little thing. So here's Abe. And to add to that, Abe, additional this turn, starting item is possession. And this is starting item. So ends, this is cool, and this is one of the thing that he has. This is just what he has. So, in any case, possession. At the start of your turn, you may recharge each item another player controls. Till the end of your turn, you may activate their items as though you control them. At the end of your turn, that player will do. So, essentially what you can do is you can hijack a player's deck, control them as if they were your own, and then because they were such a good sport, you let them fish through the loot deck to get some things that they didn't have. So that's overall pretty cool. And then next is, I believe, Ash. But Ash, I know what Ash is from. He's from, well, if I can find his thing. Yeah, there it is. Made. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But just blue card this turn, and then it's just the word fuck, but it's cut off, which is funny. But in case, ball of tumors, and this is ball of tumors, and it looks terrible.
and that is in fact the thing. You're collecting. That's one of your main collectible. You go through and collect a ball of tumors, and then you just build a ball. But that kind of sets Ash down. And in case ball of tumors, this starts at level 6. If it's higher than level 0, instead of paying the death penalty, this levels down. Level 2 plus, you may an additional loot card at the end of your turn. Just go loot 2. Yeah, if you lose, yeah, if you die, you lose some of your additional abilities. So you gotta play smart with Ash. It seems that's pretty good sense. And then we got so where is it? Okay, we've got Baba from Baba Is You. And I have never played Baba Is You, so there's a lot of you're gonna learn a lot. There's a couple of things or know of. I know of them. I just have not played them. But in any case, here's Baba. And Baba is you. I don't know what. I know it's a programming joke thing game. That's what it. I know that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty confident that that's what that is. But in any case, Baba. In any case, Baba is choosing a player. They reveal their hands. Choose a non-trinket, non-ambush loot card in their hand. What you can do is it works, and yeah, thing. As your turn starts, choose an eternal item another player controls. This gains all that item's abilities to the start. You can copy their loot, so you can copy their loot cards and play them, and then you can copy their eternal items and play them with Is You, which makes perfect sense. But then we've got next up is Blind Johnny. I forget what Blind Johnny is from, but I know he's from something. I'll have to look that up later. But I know he's from. Where is it? There it is. There it is. These need to be. In case we got Blind. I don't know anything about Blind Johnny, but here's Blind Johnny. In any case, Blind Johnny. Choose a play, give you a loot card. In any case, his starting item is Johnny Knives, and I don't know anything about Blind Johnny's knives. I do not know anything about him. He's a mystery to me. We are going to see what he's about. Yeah. In any case, for you guys to learn what that is. In any case, Johnny's knives deal 1 damage to a monster or player. Each time another player dies, recharge this. So it just enables you to attack a monster, but if a player dies while fighting that monster, you get to recharge this and do damage to it again. He starts with. I believe I just. Wherever the hell it is. There it is. Okay, so I think these are all the standard ones that were unlocked. Is what the silver. But I guess we've in a position where he can actually, where the light isn't reflecting off of him. But here's Archer. Just here. Play an additional loot card this turn. The last of the order. Bow and arrow. I don't know what he's from. There's a couple of these from. I'm assuming I figured this out, but I can figure them out. In case, here's the bow and arrow. This is his starting item. And I don't know what his starting item does yet, but yeah, bow and arrow. In case, put a bounty counter on a monster. Monsters with a bounty counter on them have each time a monster with a bounty counter on it
Oh, you can just put a bounty counter on it, and it will cost 3 cents. And just max it out, but which I don't think you can. But okay, well you should probably. And here's the fun. And here's another one. Here's what I do know. So I'm start on him because this is hilarious. But it's also kind of sexist. No. I'm thinking. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Here she is. Okay. Oh yeah. From all they just pulled him from all of the games. That is what he is. They just pulled from all of the games and all the other related indie things. Player blue card this turn. This can be done in any player's turn in response to any girlfriend. And yeah, this is why I say it's a little bit sexy. Girlfriend is just your starting item. Just a player. It's funny and just the object of boyfriend's affection, but it's funny. It's just funny and a little bit sexist, but it's funny. But it makes sense in the context of the game, I guess. But it's just funny to me. But in case girlfriend, each time you roll the same dice and row, counter on this. Remove half the counters from this rounded down. 2 counters on this. Subtract, and if you roll flip it, you subtract one from a roll. So if you roll too high or too low, I guess you can do that, or you can use that to mess with people. That's probably what its intended purpose is, to mess with people. And then we've got, I know this one. This one's fun. But where is he? Where the hell is that? I know this one from the Binding of Isaac, but it is from of the Binding of Isaac. Bumbo the Weird, character from The Legend of Bumbo. It is a serves as a prequel to The Binding of Isaac. That is what it is. Yeah, and here's Bumbo the Weird. So yeah, play an additional loot card this turn. Bumbo. And yeah, Strange Marble is, well, here's the Strange Marble. In case, Strange Marble is gonna be interesting. I don't know I forget what Strange Marble does. But Strange Marble, if the player dies, you may recharge him. At the start of your turn, you may reveal the top loot deck. If it's a non-trinket, non-ambush card, each player must play a copy of it without using a loot play. So you play a copy of the card of whatever card's on top of the deck, as long as it's not a trinket or ambush card. So that works. That makes perfect sense. And then we have, actually, and I know from this is from which is a gravity based platformer. It's kind of fun. I need to play it, but it is kind of fun. But in case, Captain Viridian, and Captain Viridian is just is because they're supposed to be spikes. That's essentially the explanation. But in case, Captain Viridian, recharge an item. This can be done in response to any player's turn. Starting item is gravity. And some of them have their own effects, which is why I'm reading them out. But in case, we've got gravity, and gravity is interesting. We'll see that in a minute. But here's gravity. Here is gravity. Gravity is always interesting time. But in case, gravity. Flip a dice roll. The roll becomes 7 minus the current result, and at the end of your turn, recharge this. So yeah, essentially what do is you're supposed to what that is you can change the roll. What you're supposed to do is minus the current roll, and then that's the top, and then that's the roll. So if you roll a 6, it becomes a 1. If you roll a 1, it becomes a 6, and then so on and so forth for the rest of the dice. That's about everything. That's about all you need to know about that. And it can be very helpful if you roll low, because it'll just flip it to a 5, and that's pretty helpful. And then you've got Okay, here's the fun one. And here's one of the fun ones. This is one that everybody should know. If you don't know this, you're probably living under a rock. But this is a kind of one that has been, well, this one's pretty popular. This one's pretty well known. So I can imagine everybody knows what this next one is. We've got the crewmate from Among Us. Everybody knows Among Us. I do not need to explain what Among Us is. You've probably seen some gameplay. You've probably played it yourself. You've probably heard of it or you've seen a meme. But everybody knows Among Us. In case, play an additional loot card this turn. While voting, you may vote an additional time. And here is and then it's starting times the emergency. By the way, I have this. As a collectible. It's a lot of fun to just play with this. Because you can just play this in the middle of conversations or whatever the hell, and just press this, and it makes a loud noise. I have it. It's great. I love that. I love it to death. But in case, emergency meeting. Each player votes on a monster or player. Each monster or player with the most votes or tied for the most takes 1 damage. At the end of your turn, recharge. So you can just pick a monster and deal damage to it by voting on it. So, that's pretty cool. And then we've got, he's already been in the game. So we've already seen him. But also at the same time we haven't. If I can find his thing, he should be here. Well, if he should be here. Yes, there it is. So, right, we've got it again. Me. Starting left hand. Is here is Ultra Pride. Here's Ultra from the left hand. Change a number in the effect text of a card in play. Until the end of the turn, the number can't go below 1 or above 6. So change the it does make sense. Speaking of things that are just, and I've never, well, we'll see. Room, and I've never seen that film, but I know that Adult Swim does that, airs every year for a couple of years. I don't know from that film, and I've never seen it, but I have never seen. I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. They betrayed me. They didn't keep their promise. They tricked me, and I don't care anymore. Starting item: the football. And in case, we have the football, and this is Johnny's starting item. So blind Johnny because regular. But in case of football, at the end of your turn, each other player loots 2. Give this to another player and roll 1 through 4. Each player you just loot cards, and then each player who controls each. That's pretty. So. Astral Crashers. From yeah, I think that's one of those characters. just get what you didn't. So everybody benefits. What Psycho Gorman is. I know he's here. So that's about what we got. Okay, Psycho Gorman, play an additional loot card for this turn. I do not care for Hunky Boys. Starting item, Hunky Boys. that's irony for you, isn't it? Yeah, guys, we got Hunky Boys and Hunky Boys is yeah, but in any case, Hunky Boys, you have +1 while it's not your turn. Or Eternal, or do I? You have +1 while it's not your turn. So it just buffs your stats while you're not in play. Which is helpful. Because I think because there are some characters whose main ability is to enable you to target someone when they're not in play. So there are a couple of cards like that. So that does help because it gives you more health when someone inevitably decides to do that to you. In case we got quote from I know what he's from. Give me a second. I just gotta find his card. We've got. Okay, here it is. All right, and quote. And quote is from, I believe it is from Cave Story, which is fun. I need to play Cave Story because I've been told. But quote. We got quote, and flip an internal item you control. Flip an internal item you control if able, then recharge it. All right, and then he starts with Polar Star. So Polar Star is this thing, and there's actually 2 sides to this. Yeah, this is the thing you start with. And then you can flip it to the reverse side, which is this. You get the booster V 2.0 to flip it. Yeah, and this is his unique thing. But in any case, the Polar Star. Choose one on this. From this, gain +1 for your next attack roll of this turn. For each counter removed this way. Yeah, and then on the reverse side is Booster 2.0. Choose one, put a counter on this, remove any number of counters from this, add +1 to a roll for each counter removed in this way. So he gets to add and remove a dice roll. So that's pretty helpful. And next, we've got a fun one next. I gotta find his thing, but we got a fun one next. So here's his thing. Terrorized the early era of. Well, he came back randomly at one point, I know, but this terrorized a lot of the early days of YouTube. So he's unfortunately back. We've got Salad Fingers. Salad Fingers is from the web series of the same name, and it's dark as hell. I'll admit that it is very dark, but it is a fun series. In any case, play an additional loop. Like Rusty Spoons, touch them, and here we have his famous Rusty. So this is what he gets with his first starting item. Overall, pretty cool, pretty good. I love it. It's fun. Yeah, here is Rusty Spoons. You get Rusty Spoons, and here at the starting one. Choose a player they put a random loot card from their hand under this. Until the end of the turn, you may play that loot card without using a loot play. At the start of your turn, recharge this. Yeah, so it seems you just however many times you want while you have it. So that's pretty. Yeah, he's Salad Fingers, everybody's favorite. He's creepy, but we love him. In any case, we've also got another character. I need to find his starting items because I didn't really sort them. They're just and I didn't really do anything with that. But in case, there we go. Okay. In case, next up we've got Guy Spelunky, and Guy Spelunky is in fact from Spelunky. I don't need to play Spelunky, but I know that's what he's from. And I think it got a sequel. I'm pretty sure it got a sequel. It might be wrong, but I think it got a sequel. But in case, Guy Spelunky An additional loot card this turn when he starts with Spelunker's Bag. Okay, so we're gonna put him in the pile. And we've got the Spelunking Pack, which is in fact his starting item. So that's pretty cool. And that's pretty neat. So that's what the starting item is. But okay, Spelunking Pack. Counters. Each time you kill a monster, put 2 counters on this. Remove a counter from this, choose 1. Add 1 to your roll, gain 3 cents, put a shop item into this card. So you can get several different effects from him. So that's pretty cool. And ooh, we've got a fun one. So what we've got is we have got well, I want to show these two guys combined together, but we have got Steven. And Steven is fun. Steven is a blessing. Steven is actually one of he is from the Binding of Isaac. He's from a game called Time for Cuck. And if you can't, it's a subtle joke. It's okay if you don't get it. But yeah, he's from one of Edmund's earlier games before he started making console games, and before he expanded into the Binding of Isaac. He made this guy in it, and their cards connect together, which is great. But that is kind of the point. He's supposed to connect together, and it's supposed to make a picture if you look at them the right way. But yeah, you need like a whole sheet of them to actually properly appreciate the effects that's going on. But you do need a whole sheet of them, and people have combined them together. But essentially, he's just weird, and he can show up as a boss in the Binding of Isaac. So that's a thing. But here he is. Here's him individually, and then they obviously connects together. But in case Steven, you may play up to X additional loot cards this turn, where X is the number of souls you control. Get in the box, starting item, Little Steven. And so essentially that's just, if you can play more cards, the more souls you have. And you get more cards. That is a reference to Charlie Day. If you don't know, I don't know the actual reference, what that's actually referring to. It's a reference. I know I just referenced him. Other than that, I have no idea. In any case, Little Steven. Each time a monster or player dies, put a counter on this. Remove 10 counters from this. The active player takes an extra turn after this one. So you get to just add things, and then you get to play twice. That's great. But also here's another one I know as well. Here's the Knights. And the Knight is from Hollow Knight. And one thing I should make abundantly clear. Hollow Knight is supposed to be getting a sequel, and it keeps getting delayed. So nobody actually knows if the sequel exists or not. So yeah, it's supposed to be getting a sequel starring one of the characters, Hornet. This game keeps getting delayed. But in any case, the Knight, play an additional loot card this turn, and this can be done to any player's turn in response to any action. And the starting item is Focus. So Focus, and here's Focus. Focus is a mechanic from Hollow Knight, so that makes perfect sense why it's here. But in case Focus, each time you gain or are given a soul, this levels up. Level 1, you have +1 for the rest of your first attack roll each turn. Level 2, the first time you activate your character each round, you charge it. Level 3, prevent the first instance of damage you would take each turn. So he just gets more powerful the more souls you have, which makes perfect sense. That's how he works in game. But he just gradually gets more powerful, which is great. But in case we the silence from what is it? Slay the Spire. And the Silent is one of the playable characters. I know it's a fittingly enough he was kind of just destined to be here. But yeah, he's just the Silent. Play an additional loot card this turn, and he gets Ring of the Snake. And here is Ring of the Snake. This is his starting item. So Ring of the Snake is pretty cool. He's pretty. Yeah, Ring of the Snake is cool, but in any case, each time you declare an attack, charge your character and loot 1. So just you get things when you attack monsters. So that's pretty cool. But you get to play an additional loot card every time you attack something, which is great because you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that a lot, and I'm gonna organize some of these cards. Ooh, I dropped a thing. What did I drop? Uh, ooh, I dropped his Ring of the Snake. That would be why. Okay, we're gonna just put these back in a pile. We're gonna organize this because I haven't really been organizing. I've just been putting them in a pile. And well, and of course we've got the playable characters is Young Venus from I have no idea, but we've got Young Venus from something. I'll have to look him up. In case Young Venus, play an additional loot card this turn. Young Venus is cool. Starting item Pop Pop, and what he gets from Pop Pop is this is Pop Pop. This is Pop Pop. This is his gun. This is Pop Pop. This is Pop Pop. In any case, Pop Pop. You could copy a non-trinket, non-air blade. So you get to copy whatever's currently being played as a loot card, which is great. And then finally, which isn't really oh, I didn't. There was a thing. Okay, I forgot there was another warp zone related things. Okay, so this is unrelated. But then we've got a soul card, and this is the strawberry from Celeste. Which, if you played Celeste, you know the aggravation of collecting the strawberries. So this isn't really all that surprising. This is a very frustrating thing. But it gets the strawberry. The first active player to roll a 1 3 times on the same turn gains this soul. And this is a bonus soul. So bonus souls are given for doing random. So yeah, essentially they work if you get them if you do something specific while they're in play, and then you just get them, and then you're one step closer to gaining 4 souls. So that's what that is. And then this is apparently I don't see a okay, never mind. This is a warp zone thing. But in case we've got the Isaac of Isaac Isaac. And this is a room card. I have exactly one room card before this. So I'm happy to have more of a deck now. But room cards are little things that give you modifiers when you like you would when you enter a room in the Binding of Isaac video game. That's what it's for. And they're supposed to be like a bonus thing where you add them to the game. You can if somebody's new to the game, don't add them. But if they aren't, and they know how to play, then add the deck. But you see Isaac of Isaac Isaac. Each character is named Isaac, and each item has a rotate. Choose a dice roll. Its controller re-rolls it, and eternal and loses all other abilities. Isaac goes simple, and they were both Isaac. So this just makes everybody Isaac, and they have to play as Isaac while this is in play, which is fun. But in case, we have got a couple of things here. And then we've got in case we've also now have a bunch of treasures and other things that are from other different games. So pretty fun. Okay, let's just start with one of these. In case we've got gun that can kill the past. We've got the gun that can kill the past from I want to say it's from Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, so this is from Enter the Gungeon, and this is the main objective of the game. You're supposed to get this in that game. You're supposed to build this, and then you're supposed to be able to kill the past using it. Which is, kind of the objective of the game. Everybody has their own thing. And that's how you get the true ending. By using it on every playable character. That's what it's supposed to be. But, and I've never made it to the end of the game, unfortunately, because I'm not good enough at the game. But, it is a fun game. I do enjoy it. I'm just not good enough to beat it. But, in case, the gun that can kill the past. Destroy this. If you do, cancel everything. Let's take an extra turn after this one. So, essentially, this is just... If there's things that are in play and haven't resolved yet, you play this and they'll just cancel them, and then you can take an extra turn. So that's what that's for. That's pretty cool. And then you've got the water bottle. And then the water bottle is from Johnny's thing. I know it's from the room. It's because it's got the very famous quote that everybody knows from the room at the bottom. But this is the water bottle. In case the water bottle. Roll again. 4, deal 1 damage to a monster or player. Roll again. Deal 1 damage to a monster or player. So if you roll a 1 to a 4, you just get to roll repeatedly. Turn, end it. Cancel everything that hasn't resolved. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi. Yeah, just that's just what I'm talking about. And then we've got the crowdfunder. The crowdfunder is, well, I don't know what it's from, but I know it's from something because obviously it's from the Warp Zone cards. It has to be from something else that isn't related to the Binding of Isaac. And I have no idea what that is, so we're just gonna talk out of our ass a little bit and just kind of vamp. But in case the crowdfunder, pay 2 cents, roll 3 to 4, deal 1 damage to another player, 5, 6, deal 1 damage to a monster. Pretty cool, and that's what that's for. And we've got Sir Junkin. I don't know what Sir Junkin is from, but he's from something. But in case you're Sir Junkin, I have no idea what he's from, but he's from a thing. So in case, Sir Junkin, discard a loot card. Discard a loot card. This levels up. Level 4 plus, you have +1. Level 8 plus, your monsters have -1 on their turn. Level 10 plus. So this just reduces the number of things you can take damage from, which is great. And that's always fun. That's always helpful in this game, because if you take additional damage, you're going to die a lot. And that should be the main thing. Okay, and that should be, well, I have a massive stack of things I need to go through. Here's Spewer from Spewer. I know that's what he's from. And Spewer, I believe, is I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure Endman game. I may be wrong on that. I may be making that up, because I don't really remember who made Spewer. I'm gonna go on a safe bet and say that Edmund probably made it, because he resembles a boss from from Super Meat Boy, which Edmund did work on. And I honestly have no idea. I'll have to look. Spewer, discard a loot card. Roll. If the discarded card was named Pills, roll 3 times instead. +1 to 2, gain +1 till the end of your turn. 3 to 4, you gain +1 till the end of the turn. 5, 6, take 1 damage. So you just, if you play, and I got what is it? I got the April Fool's thing, so I know that's what that's for. If you roll the April Fool's thing, so that's pretty funny. But in case you just play that, and that's it. That's about all we got. You're supposed to play it. This works with the April Fool's thing because there are cards called Pills in that, and you can just play that in addition to that. So that's designed to work with that. In that case, we've got the Doorway. I don't know what this is from either, but we're gonna assume it's from something and just move on with that. So here's the art for this, and beyond that, I have no idea what it is. Okay, Doorway. Choose one. Put each monster not being attacked into discard. Put each shop item into discard. Put each room into discard. So this just sends everything to discard. Fun! And that just removes everything from play. It just wipes the entire thing. Well, actually, no. You have to choose one, but you can choose which one you do. You can just put a room. You can just discard the room cards. You can discard the shop items, and you can discard the monsters. So that's pretty fun. Punching Glove. I forget what this is from. It's a boxing glove. I don't know what it's from, but somebody will be able to tell me what it's from, I'm sure. When this goes up on YouTube later, I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me what it's from. Boxing Glove. Put a monster not being attacked on the bottom of the monster deck. Each time a monster dies, recharge this. Okay, so this can just remove a monster from play and put it to the bottom of the monster deck. So that's fun. That helps a lot. And then we got the Newgrounds tank. It's obvious why it's here, because Edmund, I believe, was on Newgrounds originally, and then he started making indie things. Newgrounds is great, by the way. A lot of people use it to promote their stuff, so it's pretty cool. But Newgrounds tank. You have +1 health and +1 attack. Monsters have +1 evasion on your turn, because tanks are slow. That makes perfect sense. And then here's the thing. This is the high tops from, I want to say, Toe Jam and Earl, but I haven't played Toe Jam and Earl, so I have no idea. I'm pretty sure yes. In case, high tops. You take no combat damage on an attack roll of 4 or 5. At the start of each other player's turn, you may offer to high five them. If they accept, they take no combat damage on attack rolls of 4 or 5 till the end of the turn. That's great. So you can, you take no damage on, so you can just share the effect. That's great. In any case, we've also got George. I don't know what George is from. But I know he's from something. In any case, George. Each time you declare an attack, before choosing what to attack, you may look at the top 5 cards of the monster deck and put them back in any order. That's fun. But yeah, that's fun. So you can look at the look at the monster deck and put them back. So that's cool. And then you've got Diogenes' pot. Diogenes is everybody's favorite boy. Diogenes has enraged the internet because his game is just hard. And that is the point. He's from Getting Over from Bennett Foddy. And that's a game that enrage a lot of people because it forces you to climb a bunch of things that shouldn't be climbed to get to the top of a mountain that is just covered in random nonsense. And it is annoying. That's essentially what it is. But in case, Diogenes' pot. You take no combat damage on an attack roll of 2 or 3. Each time you roll an attack roll of 1, you die. So annoying. So, he's just designed to be annoying. But in any case, we also got birthday cake. This is for Isaac. Birthday cake because the Kickstarter was made to celebrate his 10th anniversary. It was made to celebrate the game's 10th anniversary, so they gave him a birthday cake, which is cool, which is pretty cool. But in case, at the start of your turn, choose any number of players. Those players loot 1. So you can just pick 2, and then Aubrey is from another thing as well. Aubrey is from the same set as George. I know that. I don't know what he's from, but I know that's what it is. It's from the same set. But in any case, each time you purchase a shop item, loot 3. So you get to buy things at 3, which seems like cheating. But it makes sense. But in any case, we've also got Tony, which is from the same set as well. And Tony is you have +1 while you control no other non-eternal items. So you can gain. I believe it's because you can gain eternal items. That makes sense. I get it. Non-eternal items, meaning if this is your only one, you have +2 attack. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but in case we got Bible Thump, which I know is like fittingly enough, Twitch chat. That makes perfect sense. It's funny. Bible Thump. And what you do is you loot 2, then loot 2 for each players that died this turn. So if people have died during that turn, that's what you get. And then here's the blanks, which I'm pretty sure are from Enter the Gungeon as well. It's pretty cool overall. In any case, I'm just kind of rushing a little bit because I'm realizing I haven't really gotten all of the cards yet, and there's still a lot more that I need to go through. So we're gonna just kind of speed through this a little bit faster. In case the blanks, choose a player. Prevent the next instance of damage they would take this turn. When that damage is prevented, deal that much damage to a monster or another player. So, okay, so you can just return damage to somebody. That's great. And then sheep. And then this guy is from the room as well. I'm pretty sure, because he has the football and he's dressed like Johnny. But I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. Choose a player. Till the start of their next turn, their character is named Chicken and must be attacked once by other active players on their turns if able. Then the chosen player has +3 evasion for the attack. Pretty cool. And then okay, and this is from Gish. I'm pretty sure it's from Gish, which is another game. There's promotional cards, but he's from Gish. I guess Chunk of Amber. Roll. Gain times the sense where X is 2 times the result. So you gain just a bunch of money, which, is cool. That's just a loot card that you get to play. Alright, in case, Cal on a Trash Farm is next as well, and he's from a thing. I believe it's supposed to be Edmund, but I don't really know. I'm pretty sure, yes, but I don't really know. In case, choose a player. Until the start of their next turn, their character is named Cal and loses all abilities, and each item they control is named Trash and lose all abilities except Eternal. So you just nerf somebody and take their abilities from them. That is cool. And then we've got Demon Form. I believe this is from Slay the Spire. I'm pretty sure. Slay the Spire, we've got Demon Form, and Slay the Spire is gain 2+ till the damage till the end of turn, which is cool. And then we've got Fiend's Fire, which I believe is also... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is from Slay the Spire. I'm pretty sure. Okay, but Fiend's Fire. As a cost to play this, discard your hand. Deal X damage divided as you choose as many number of monsters or players, where X is the number of loot cards discarded to play this. So... is that you lose... If you save up a lot of cards and then play this, you will deal a massive amount of damage. And then what we have got a loot card. And this is pretty cool. But in case, yeah, when this is on display loot 1, at the end of your turn, you may return to your hand. So, different trinket, just use your loot. So, yeah, this is just makes you loot, use your loot. That's about it. And then here's the fun one. Got Greed Butt. Just Greed Butt. That's all you need to know. And this is an ambush card. This will just appear in your loot deck, and if it shows up, it becomes a monster. And that's what I know the effect is. When this is put into a monster slot, expend the monster slots by 1. Ambush, this becomes a monster in a monster slot, not being attacked. The active player must make an additional attack on it this turn. So pretty nutty. Jester, I don't know what Jester's from, but he's from something. And then you just reroll any number of items you control. Yeah, I don't know what he's from, but you get to reroll items. That's pretty cool. But next is Moiter. Moiter is fun. He's obviously from what is it? He's obviously from Among Us, obviously. But I think players can be attacked until the end of their turn. They have +4 for their +4 to roll for their attack. At the end of the turn this was played, if a non-active player died, return this to the hand of the. So you can just murder somebody with that. That's funny. Okay. We've got a fun one. Okay, we got a fun one next. Which, all right, choose one. Deal one. In any case, deal 1 damage to a monster player. Add or subtract 1 from a roll. Cancel the dice roll or cash ability of any item or loot being played. So, okay, so it has different effects, but depending on what you want. So that's pretty cool. But in any case, next we got the fun one. We got Henry. So yeah, Henry. If you guys don't know, for a while my profile picture on Twitter was of Henry. This is what the picture's from. Just his card. Well, this is one of his cards. Obviously, this is a different. I think it's randomly printed, but he has different varying pictures for cards. But yeah, when this misses an attack roll, cancel the attack and put this on the bottom of the monster deck, and he has 1 health and 6 roll. So if he has 6 evasion, if you don't hit him, you're not seeing him for the rest of the game, but he gives you a treasure if you do. So you gotta be careful and try to hit him. Also we've got Belros, I believe, is also from, and he's a super boss, by the way. He's an epic boss, so he is powerful. But Belros, I believe, is from. I believe this is from Cave Story. But Balros, he has 4 health, 4 evasion, and 1 attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, if this had no counters on it, put a counter on it and put it on a monster slot not being attacked. This is +2 while it has a counter on it. So this has to be killed twice, which makes perfect sense. Okay. In any case, we've got Bria in Distress, which is cool. And here she is. And I don't know what she's from either. Roll. 1 to 4, skip your next turn. 5 to 6 does become an item with +1 and loses all her abilities. Gain it. So you just gain that as an item. I don't really know what it is. Okay, and then we've got Curse of the Suspicious, which of course is based on obviously this is based on the sus. It's the meme. Okay, players that may attack you if you have +3 for their attack. Curse. And this is just a curse that's stuck on you. You just get attacked every turn. Oh, and then this one is funny. I love this one. This one is hilarious. So we have a dead horse. And here's the thing about dead horse. Dead horse is I know what the effect is. Dead horse is designed in a way where it can't attack you, and its only purpose is to give you money. In case each time this would attack, this would take damage, prevent it, then roll. +1, 2, cancel the attack against this. 3 to 6, gain 3 cents. And if you successfully kill this, you get 25 cents. But the only way to kill this is with an item, since it otherwise cancels any attack against it. So, your main purpose is to just keep rolling until you kill it. So, and that's funny. And I love that. And then we got Death Trapper, which I don't know what it is, but Death Trapper is cool. Here's the card, Death Trapper. In case, Death Trapper, 3 health, four evasion and 1 attack. Each time a monster takes damage, monsters gain +1 till the end of the turn. And this is +1 dice roll. And then it gets 1 treasure and it gives you a soul. So pretty cool. And then you've got Don't Starve. Everybody's favorite is Don't Starve. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's from Don't Starve Together. That's about all I've got. In any case, Don't Starve. Each player may discard a loot card if they take damage. Repeat this process until there are 1 or few living players. Okay, so it's just to kill everybody. That's fun. Okay. And we've got Esposito. I don't know what he's from. I know he's from something. Esposito gives you a thing. And he has 6 across the board. Each time a monster dies, put a counter on this. Then, if this has +6 counters, it dies. The active player must attack the monster deck once each turn if able. Indomitable. Which means you can't leave play. And then you get loot 6. And you gain 1 soul from that. And then, again, this is another card. I don't know I know this is supposed to be the bloat, I'm pretty sure. But it's a curse type thing. But the player, the active players left and right take 2 damage. Search the monster deck for any number of cards named the bloat and put them in 1 or more monster slots not being attacked. Shuffle the monster deck. So you just summon the bloat if this shows up, and it'll do damage to the people to your left or right, which is fun. And then you've got the Golden Idol, which I know is from Spelunky. But yeah, here's the Golden Idol. It's pretty fun. In any case, here's the Golden Idol. When this enters play, it becomes an item. The active player gains it. Gain 10 cents. Other players may attack you. You roll for the attack. When another player kills you, give this to them. So once this enters play, you can't get rid of it. They get it, and then they have to be killed. So that's fun. And then we've got Grandparent, and I have no idea what Grandparent is from. I'll be perfectly honest, I have no clue. Yeah, I don't know what this is from, but it's from a thing. Grandparent. In case this is 5 attack, 4 roll, and 1 attack. When attack is declared on this, put a counter on this. This has +1 for each counter on it. When the third counter is put on this dies. Each player takes 3 damage. So it just dies, but it gives you a treasure if you kill it. So you gotta be careful with that. And then, keeping with Salad Fingers, we've got his favorite puppet, Hubert Cumberdale. And there's a theory that Hubert Cumberdale is Salad Fingers based on some of the dialogue that plays in the series. But he may or may not be Hubert Cumberdale. That's a theory people have. I don't know if it's true or not. It just is. But in case Hubert Cumberdale has 3 health, 4 evasion, and 1 attack. When this dies, if it dealt combat damage to a player this turn, put it in a monster slot at the end of the turn. When this dies, choose another player, they die. And then you just loot 1. So killing Hubert Cumberdale is not recommended because he's mean. In case we got Javon. And Javon is... Yeah, at the start... Javon is... I don't know what he's from. But he's got +4, 3 dice roll, and 2 attack. At the start of each turn, the active player re-rolls a shop item that deals 1 damage to a player chosen at random. Steal a shop item. Okay, so you can just steal a shop item if you kill him. That's pretty cool. And then, in any case, you've got Kiki is You, who is also from Baba. I have no idea what Kiki is from, but he has 3 attack, 4 dice roll, and one attack. So at the start of each turn, this active player chooses another player. If this would die this turn, instead cancel an attack against this. The player dies. This heals to full health, and the active player loses 3. So, yeah. So this just kills somebody. That's what I think is what it is. In any case, we've also got Leatherneck, and I don't know what Leatherneck is from. He's from a thing, and I have no idea. But he's from a thing. So we're going to go on the assumption that he's from a thing. In any case, Leatherneck. Each time, in any case, 6 health, 4 evasion, and 1 attack. He steals 1 player to a player chosen at random, so it just attacks people. That's fun. Okay. And then we've got Little Hunter. And I believe Little Hunter expands the number of active player rooms. So, no, I think it expands in active monster slots. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it has 3 attack, 3 evasion, and 2 attack. When this enters play, expand the just attack this room. At the end of the turn, put this in the monster from the top, so it'll just keep coming back. It can't be killed permanently. But in case Milling with us, I don't know what he's from either. I don't know what he's from. I don't know what any of these things are from. I just know they're from something. But Milling with us, 5 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Damage against it. When this is plus 5 counters on it, it has minus. Okay, so it just, you kill it a bunch, and that's it. But he'll die before you put full counters on it, so I don't know how that works. But in case Nightmare Tick is next. And Nightmare Tick is cool looking. I don't know what he's from, but he's cool looking. But in case roll 1 to 4, 1 to 4 you die, 5 to 6 becomes an item where you would roll a 1, you may change a result to a 2 or 3, and then lose all other abilities, gain it. So this is just a thing that rolls. Okay, so you get a thing from that. That's what I'm pretty sure this is. Okay, and then you've got Peeper. Peeper, I believe, is an item that just lets you heal yourself, which is cool. In case you get, it has 1 attack, 1 health, 5 dice roll, and 1 attack. When this dies, it becomes an item with a plus 1 health and loses all abilities. The active player gains this when the inactive player misses an attack roll. Cancel the attack. So you gotta kill this, and it's from Subnautica. I know it is, but you're supposed to kill it, and then it'll give you a thing. So that's pretty cool. But next, the purple shirted eye stabber from From Cyanide and Happiness. So yeah, this is a serial killer that just exists in various Cyanide and Happiness cartoons. I know that's what he's from. Yeah, the purple shirted eye stabber. 3 across the board. At the end of each turn, if the active player played a loot card this turn, this deals 1 damage to them. I'm not for eyes, I'm against them. So he kills you. That's fun. And also Quap. Quap, I don't know what it is. Rage game. Highest. Each player rolls a low. Each player gains 1 cent. So it kills you if you roll low. If you roll low, gives you a thing if you roll high. As well, but Shopkeeper is unique because here's the thing: +4, +5 plus dice. Must make an additional attack against this. 5 to 6. The next shop item they purchased this turn costs 0 cents. And then you can steal shop. So that gives you shop items if he's in play, which him, but he gives you a thing. And in case you got the Butcher, and the Butcher's fun. But the Butcher, each time the attacking player rolls an attack roll of 1, they roll. They take damage equal to the result. Each time this kills a player, put a counter against it. This gains +1 attack. So pretty mean. I don't know what he's from, but pretty mean. And then you've got the Collector. I don't know what the Collector is from either, but he's from a thing. Yeah, this is a thing. But and he's the Collector. +4 health, +4 dice roll, and +1 attack. Each time a player dies, put a counter on this. This has +1 for each counter on it. And then the reward is gain 1 treasure for each counter on this. So this just gives you a lot of treasure if you kill this. But the thing is that if he kills a player, he gains a counter. So that's the kind of the trade-off. But Gorm is next, and I don't know what the Gorm is from either. But I know he's from something. The Gorm. +5 health and 5 evasion and 1 attack. At the end of each turn, the active player discards a loot card. Attack rolls of 1 against this count as a hit, and combat damage it takes on them is doubled. Okay, so if you roll a 1, it takes damage. Damage, depending on what your damage is. But you also get to loot 3 and gain 6 cents. So that's pretty cool. And then you've got the Imposter, which, makes sense considering, the whole thing. We've already talked about how Among Us in the game as a spin-off thing, as a thing. This is just you just get the imposter as a boss, which is cool. Or rather, not. He's not really an imposter. He's not really a boss on it. But 4 health, 4 evasion, and 1 attack. Every time a player dies each turn, each living player votes for a living player. Each living player with the most votes or tied for the most votes dies. So this just turns it into a game of Among Us. You're supposed to vote for a player, and then you just vote for who killed him. So yeah, you get to play Among Us. It's fun. But also here's another one. The Radiance. 7. This is a stretch goal. So this is in response to another. Well, then that's the next one actually. I don't know what heavy is. The head is. Players are control. So it prevents you from recharging items while it's in play, which can be mean. But social goals. This is social goals. Social goals have to be removed and cleared while this is in play. It's fun, and that's exactly how the social goals work. But no each goal as the player completes them. The room can't be put into the discard until 4 goals are completed. So yeah, you just complete a series of goals. You either have to play 5 loot cards, kill 3 monsters, give at least 6 cents to another player at one time, purchase 3 times, and roll 6 3 times. When 4 goals are completed, each player gains 2 treasure, and then this goes in the discard. So pretty fun. And then you have Bumbo is loose. He's loose. He's out there somewhere. I don't know where he is. He's loose. But in case Bumbo is loose, at the end of the turn, the active player loses 2 cents. Bumbo want coin. He's here to steal your coins, and he doesn't care how better off you are. In case we've got Better Maggie's Blessing. And players have +1 while this is in effect. That's all it is. It gives you, and then it has a little flavor text at the bottom, so that's fun. It's there's a couple of Bible quotes on these, so they're fun. But in case we've got a dice room. Dice rooms are always fun. I don't know how they work, but if you find them, they do a random effect. I have no idea how they work in actual game. Dice rooms. When the decision to play, put each monster into discard at the end of the turn. At the end of the turn, put this in the discard. So this can. Oh, this is a 5. Oh, I understand. It gets rid of all monsters currently in play. That makes sense. Next we've got Black Champions. I don't know what Black Champions do. Okay, monsters have +1. Okay, that makes sense. So they just add a whole bunch of random effects. That's pretty cool. Bloodlust. They must make an attack. So it just makes you attack every turn. That's not terrible, but they're fun. But this is what I mean. They're just room effects. That's what they are. They're just various room effects. But we've got Slot Machine. Slot Machine's cool as well. Pay 3 cents. Choose 2, gain 1 cent. 3, gain 2 cents. You gain 2 cents. 4, gain 5, gain 7 cents. 6, gain 15 cents. Put this in the discard. So you just roll this, and you just get a thing. So that's pretty cool. But you have to pay money to do that, which is how the works in general. This is the dollar, and then it just goes out of play. It's removed from play. So that's pretty cool. Beggar. Beggar. Okay, in any case, Beggar. Pay 3 cents, roll 3 to 4, gain 2, loot 5, loot 2, and then 6, gain +1 treasure, put this in the discard. So he dies, unfortunately. That's how he works in the game as well, but he dies. And we got Spiderwebs. And that's it. Spiderwebs. At the end of the turn, this active player deactivates their character. So just character. That's what it does. Okay. And then we've got this guy. We've got Equality. Equality. If a player would gain any number of cents, instead each player gains that much cents. So everybody gets a reward if it's cents. That makes sense. And we've got Red Vice, which is cool. I don't know what Red Vice is, but it's a room card. At the end of the turn, if the active player has 1 or fewer loot cards in their hand, they take 1 damage. Oh, so if this isn't in discard, it'll make you do a thing. Okay, and Gus. Gus is a boss, and he's unique because he has a unique thing where he can only be fought as a room card. So he's got 3 evasion and 1 attack. This room can be attacked. When an attack is declared on this, each non-active player rolls 4 to 6. They must make an attack roll against this. After each attack roll, the active player makes this attack. Each player gains 1 treasure, and he gives you 1 soul. So he's one of those characters that just is attacked and then is removed from play. That's pretty fun. And then we got Blessed Greed. Okay, so Blessing of Greed is another one. And I don't know what Blessing of Greed does. At the start of each turn, the active player gains 3 cents. So, I don't know. Okay, I don't know how to these are returned to discard, actually. I'll have to look more into discard. But we also have champions, more champions. And then we got dice room. So we got another dice room. And it's the same dice room, but with a different number. When this hunter plays, re-roll each item in play. Each player discards their hand and lose 3. Put each monster into discard at the end of the turn, but this into discard. So this is just a dice room. And then we've got white champions. So I'm assuming there's just various champion things, which makes sense. Monsters have +1 dodge, so that makes sense. And blind rage. Which features Samson, which is great. And I love the arts for these, by the way. The active player must attack the monster deck once a turn available. Okay, that's similar to another thing we've seen with Samson already. We've got Devil Beggar, which is fun. Devil Beggar's fun. I love Devil Beggar. But you gotta pay health to roll. That works less. You play ones, then roll. 1 loot 2, 3 to 5 loot 1, and 6 take 1 damage. So he just kills you, essentially. That's what he does. He kills you because he's a bastard. In any case, we've got the dice. We got the shell game. Shell game is fun. It's like kind of like you gotta play 3 cents roll. 3 gain 1 cent, 4 loot 1, 5 gain 5 cents. 6 gain 1 treasure. Put this in the discard. So you just play play the shell game, which is fun. In any case, we've got Spoils of War, and I don't know what this is off the top of my head. Each time a player dies, each other player loots 1. So you just give people things. All right, and then we've got Blood Money. I don't know what Blood Money is, but it sounds terrible. Blood Money. Each time a player dies, each other player gains 4 cents. Fun! Fun. And then, and then we have I Am Error, which is pretty iconic. It just says, if you ever get lost in a game of The Binding of Isaac where you get warped and you finish the room and you found all the rooms and secret rooms, you lose power. You just get warped to the I Am Error room. At the start of your turn, roll 1 to 2, put a monster into discard and replace it with the top card of the monster deck. 3 to 4, roll an item you control. Reroll an item you control. 5 to 6, discard your hand and loot 3. 6, do all the above. Okay, so that's fun. Oh, and then you've got Blessings of Steam. Blessings of Steam just gives you a Steam sale, which means everything is half off. I'm pretty sure this one is. Yeah, it all costs 5 cents instead of the usual 10. That's exactly what this is. It makes everything half off, so you can buy more items. Blessing of the Inner Eye. And Blessing of the Inner Eye. What is Blessing of the Inner Eye? Each time a player declares an attack, before choosing what to attack, they may look at the top 3 cards of the monster deck and put them back in any order. Fantastic. That's fun. And then, we've got another dice room. Same thing, same idea, but different. When this enters play, each player re-rolls each other items at the end of the turn. Put this into discard. The dice rooms all do a different thing, which is about how they work in the base game, in the main game as well. So that makes sense. But in any case, greed looms. Okay, so this is a greed thing, and greed is at the start of the turn. If the active player didn't purchase a shop item, they discard their hands. Oh, so you gotta buy a shop item or you lose everything. That makes sense. Greed just wants you to remind you who's in charge. In any case, All Hallows Eve. I'm pretty sure I know what All Hallows Eve is because I read the effect. Players can't gain souls, so you don't get to gain any souls while this is in effect. That seems very. In any case, Bomb Bum. Rare, I should mention. He's one of the rare beggars in the game. I found him a couple of times, but I'm pretty sure he's rarer than the other. Bomb Bum. Discard a loot card. Roll. If the discarded card has bomb in its name, roll times 3 instead. 1 to 4, 5 to 6, take 1 damage. Makes sense. The Bomb Bum attacks you if you blow him up. He's one of the few beggars who will actually try to kill you. If you try to kill him, he's mean. In case, we've also got Keymaster, which is also another beggar guy. You gotta discard a loot card, roll. If the discarded card has a key in its name, reroll 3 times instead. 5 to 6, gain 1 treasure. Oh, so just give him keys and maybe he'll give you a treasure. That makes sense. And we also got Tax for the Mighty. He's fun. This looks very fun. In case, Tax for the Mighty. Any player controls a soul. Players who control for the most souls or tie for the most souls play each other player to pay 2 cents to attack. fun. And then we've got Battle Royale. Battle Royale is mean as well. So, Battle Royale. The active player may attack other players. Attack players have 5+ evasion. When the player dies, if the player was attacked this turn, if that player was attacked this turn, that player gives the active player the item destroy for the death penalty. Oh, so you just kill each other, and then whoever's left standing gets the rewards. That makes sense. Gets the death penalties as rewards. That makes sense. And then you got Laser Eye. Laser Eye is a monster, I think. So that makes some sort of sense. Each time a player loots, they take 1 damage. Oh, that's mean. Okay, that makes sense. And then we've got the Blessing of the Sack. And the Blessing of the Sack is rewards are doubled. So that's what it is. Rewards are doubled. Okay, and then next behind it is Blessing of Gluttony. Blessing of Gluttony. I love Gluttony. Gluttony's fun, but he's not to fight, of course. But he's just a fun character. The active player loots 1 during the step. Okay, so you just gain a loot. That makes perfect sense, actually. And then you've got Red Dice Room again. It's the same idea. Okay, but in any case, when this enters play, put each sharp item into discard. At the end of the turn, put this into discard. So it just removes sharp items. That makes sense. Okay. And then we've got Red Champions. Red Champions are, well, they're fun, but they're Red Champions. But, in any case, Red Champions. Monsters have +1 health. Makes sense. That's how champions work in the game as well. They give you health if you kill them. In any case, Shadow of Famine. What does it do? Players can't activate more than 1 ability each turn. Players can't play more than 1 loot card each turn. Okay, that makes sense. That's how it works. It's famine. It gives you famine. And then we've got the mirror. And the mirror seems like it's got something in it. It seems like it's got Isaac in it, actually. But the mirror. At the start of the turn, the active player may pay health until they have 1. If they do, each time a monster dies this turn, they gain 1 + 1 treasure. So it gives them treasure if you pay health. And then you've got the restock machine. I'm pretty sure I know what the restock machine does because it's supposed to give you. I think it gives you changes the items that are in play. Yeah, pay 2 cents. But each shop item or each monster not being attacked into discard. So it just refreshes the cards. That makes actually perfect sense. Okay. And then Might for the Meek. Might for the Meek looks like it's fun. Might for the Meek. Players who control the fuel source or tied for the fuel source have +1 and may attack an additional time on their turn. Fun. Okay, that makes sense. Might for the Meek. They get stronger if they have less things. That makes sense. And then we got another Battle Royale card, which, last time this worked out. Active player may attack other players. Oh, active players have 3+ evasion. If player dies, okay, and then it's the same thing for the death penalty thing. You just get the rewards, but it's a different dice roll. So that makes sense. And then we've got Haunted. Haunted is I dropped it. Haunted is this. Here's Haunted. Yeah, Haunted. Each time a player gains a soul, they skip their next turn. Okay, so you just don't get to play. You just don't get to play. You get to play. Samson's Blessing. Samson's Blessing is the players have +1 attack. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so yeah, place 1. Seek the Lord in His strength. Seek His face continually. 1 Chronicles. Okay, players have and then Eden's Blessing. This is Eden's Blessing. So so all the player characters have their own blessing associated with them. I'm realizing that's pretty cool. But so Eden's Blessing. At the end of the turn, that the active player may reroll an item they control. Great. And then we've got another dice room. So we got the 2 dice room. When this enters play, each player discards their hand and loots 3. At the end of turn, play this into discard. So different effect. Floor spikes. I know what this is. Floor spikes just show up and mess you up. So that's about makes sense. Each time a player rolls a 1, they take 1 damage. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Proverbs 17. Okay. And then we've got Shadow of War.
So Shadow of, not quite God of War, but Shadow of War. But in case when a player dies before paying penalties, must destroy an item they control. So okay, so you just lose another item. That makes sense. Fortune teller item. That makes the fortune teller items. That's the thing that gives you cards, I believe. Making sense. 3 loot 1, 4 loot 2, 5 loot 3, 6 loot 6. Put this into discard. Okay, so just how that works. And then you've got the challenge room. I believe I know what the challenge room is. Each time a monster dies, the active player rolls 4 to 6. 4 to 6. They must make an additional attack. Okay, so you just fight monsters multiple times. That makes perfect sense. Pity for the Poor is up next, and Pity for the Poor is players who control the fewer stores or tied for the fewer souls may purchase a shop item for 0 cents on their turn. So it's just you can buy as many shop items as you want if you're low on souls. So that's just and we've got another battle royale card. Okay, these are fun. These have been fun. This is the active player that have +4 evasion. So it's the same idea, it's just different things. Okay. And then you've got Butterfingers. So Butterfingers. Other than being delicious, I wonder what they're for. Butterfingers. At the end of this turn, the active player discards a loot card. So you don't get to hold. You have to lose a loot card at the end of your turn. That makes perfect sense, actually. And then we've got Isaac's Blessing, which is again another blessing room, and his is the D6, which makes sense. Each time a player would roll a 1 to a 6, they may re-roll it. So if it's too high or too low, you can re-roll it. That doesn't necessarily mean you will. And then we have Angelic Intervention. And Angelic Intervention is each time the active player attacks the top of the monster deck, after putting it into a monster slot, they may cancel their attack. Okay, so you don't have to fight if you fight off top. That makes sense. Then finally, we've got the Dice Room. The Dice Room. So we've got the final Dice Room. When this enters play, the active player rolls each time they control at the end of the turn, put this in the discard. So, yeah, the room cards just add room effects to the game. That's what they're for. And they're fun. I do enjoy them. But I believe, that's about all we've got for that. But in any case, yeah, these are all fun, and these are all fun little effects. So definitely worth it for that, because these just add room effects now. We didn't have those, so they're cool. But in any case, this is going back into the box, and we've got another three cards, I believe, three packs, I believe, that all add items to the thing, I believe. And we still got one more thing that's in here. But I believe these are just items that are added. So these are all the new items. And items, monsters, and loot cards that were added to the original deck. So they expand the original deck and add to it. Which is great. But in any case, we're going to open up with this. We're going to start with the treasure deck. The treasure deck is... Well, if I can get the treasure deck open. Okay, in any case, we have, if I can get the goddamn thing open, there you are. Alright, in any case, Alright, in any case, here's the treasure items. And the treasure items are, well, you buy them. They buy them or you get them for rewards. That's essentially what they are. But there's a couple. Ooh, we've got some, okay, I see some things in here that are fun. Alright, we're gonna...
All right, we're gonna do our best to go through all of these. All right. First things first, we've got X-ray vision. Here's X-ray vision. That is the art for X-ray vision. But in any case, look at the player hand at the top and the top card of the deck. You may put the top card of the deck into this card. Okay, at the end of your turn, recharge this. So you can look at a player's hand in the deck. Okay, so that just lets you know what someone else has. And then you have unidentified, which is always fun. This is unidentified. And unidentified. Choose a shop item. This becomes a copy of that item till the start of your next turn. Recharge this. So, at the start of your turn, you may put a shop item in this card. It says may, which means you don't have to. Okay, so that's fun. Pay for vacates. Pay for vacates. Here's the jar. And I don't know what the jar is. Pay for cents. Choose a player or a monster. Prevent the next damage they would take this turn. That's fun. And then you have the Sacrificial Dagger, which I don't know what Sacrificial Dagger is, but it's a new item, so we're going to go over it. But in any case, Sacrificial Dagger. Each time a player rolls a 1, put a counter on this. Remove the counters from this, deal 1 damage to a monster or a player. So so if you roll a 1, if you're getting bad rolls, this will enable you to just damage whatever. That's cool. And next we have Arkeys. Arkey. I don't know what it does, but this enters play deactivated. Destroy this. If you do, destroy all souls. Each player discards their hand and loses 3. Oh, Arkey. I get it. It just resets the entire thing. It sets you back to the beginning. So you discard their hand and destroy their souls. So everybody is just back. That would be really great if you're lagging behind. If you're like really behind and you need a quick catch up, Arkey. Buy Arkey and then just mess them all up and set everybody back to 0. That's great. And then you got the red key. Red key is what you use to actually unlock the tainted characters in the video game, if I remember correctly, which is cool. But in case red key. Look at the top 3 cards of the room or monster decks. You may put one of those in a slot and the rest back. This can't be activated during an attack. So you can just change what's in the room at any given time. That's great. Oh, Pageant Boy wasn't right. Pageant Boy wasn't in the game. Okay, so here's Pageant Boy. Apparently, despite being one of the starting items for the Binding of Isaac video game, apparently was not in the game before now. In any case, destroy this. Roll. Gain X cents where X is 4 times the results. So you just gain money for doing this, which actually makes sense. That's how Pageant Boy is established to work. Member card. Member card is fun. And it's just a gold VIP card. Look at the top 3 cards of the treasure deck, put them back in any order, then put a shop item into this card. Shop items you purchase cost 4 cents less. So you don't have to pay as much for this, which is great. If you're not currently the person lagging behind, that helps a lot. So that makes sense. But Mama Mega. Here's Mama Mega. She's fun. But in any case, destroy this. If you do, deal 3 damage to each monster and player. So that would kill a low-level monster and probably kill every player in play. So everybody's going to have to play loot cards. So that can be dangerous. But I would assume that doesn't include you, but maybe? I have no idea. But we also have marbles. Marbles are fun. I don't play enough marbles, but I know there's a Steam game a game you can play for stream. That's about all I know about marbles. In any case, choose a non-eternal card in play, put a counter on it of any type already on it, or remove a counter from it. So you can just counters if you're fighting somebody. That's great. And also, Magic Skin. So Magic Skin, I don't know what it does, but Magic Skin looks cool. So Magic Skin, gain 1 treasure, put a counter on this, then give this to another player. Ooh. At the start of your turn, roll. If the result is less than the number of counters on this, destroy it and all other items you control. Oh. So okay, I get it. If you give this to a player and they roll something that doesn't match a counter, they lose their entire build. That could be dangerous to play with. That's playing with fire there. And
In any case, we've got Keeper Sack. Keeper is fun. Keeper is actually the ARG to unlock Keeper was fun. Keeper himself can be, well, problematic depending on if you're playing it, how you want to play as him, but he can be fun. But Keeper Sack, when you gain or purchase this, gain 14 cents. Pay 4 cents, give this to another player. At the end of your turn, discard a loot card. If you can't, just take 2 damage. Oh, so this kills you if you can't get rid of it. So if you can't get rid of it or discard a loot card. Which is why you pass it on. It gives you a bunch of money, but you have to pay some of that money to get rid of this. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But you gotta get rid of it, or it'll kill you. You gotta. That's great. In case, Keeper's Penny. Keeper is always fun. But in any case, when you gain or purchase this, gain 9 cents. Put a counter on this. Gain cents equal to the number of counters on this. Then give this card to another player. Okay, so you just keep upgrading this. Okay, so you just pass this around, and then it just constantly builds and gives you more and more money. So you just send this around the loop, and everybody will gain money. All right, so that's just what that's for. That's probably his wooden nickel, if I had to guess. That's probably what it's supposed to be. Wooden nickel. In any case, Jar of Flies. Jar of Flies is fun. But Jar of Flies seems fun. But anytime a monster dies, put a counter on this. Remove 1 or more counters from this. Loot 1. But if 3 counters were removed, deal 1 damage to a monster instead. Ooh, so this deals damage to a monster. But only if they die a bunch and gain powers. That's cool. Hollowed Ground is poop. Literally poop. That's what it is. It's poop. But in any case, Hollowed Ground. Each time a player rolls a 2, put a counter on this. Remove 3 counters from this. If put the top card of your loot into your hand. So you just get whatever's in the discard, but you have to pay 3 cents, remove 3 counters, and you have to roll a 2 to get it. So which makes sense. But it's a number 2. But in any case, and this is hand-me-downs. I don't know what hand-me-downs are, but they're from the game, so they're something that I don't know about. In any case, each other player may choose to loot 1. Each player that does gives you a loot card. So if they loot 1, they have to give you a loot card. So okay, so they just give you the loot card that they loot. That's what hand-me-downs does. You can force people to give you loot cards to expand your options. And also we've got Friendly Ball. This is a reference to Pokemon, which is fun. But anyways, you put a monster not being attacked under this if there are no other cards underneath it. Put a monster from under this into a monster slot not being attacked. The extra player must make an additional attack on this turn. Must make an additional attack on it this turn. Okay, so you can just play this. You can capture a monster and send it back out at a later date. Right, because that's how the Pokeball works. That's funny. Okay. In any case, we've got the Friendly Sack. He's a friendly sack. He's a happy sack. Friendly Sack. Look at the top 3 cards of the loot deck. Put 1 on your hand and put the rest in another player's hand. So, Oh, so you get rid of the ones you don't want and give them to another. Okay, I understand what that is. That's funny. In any case, experimental treatment. This is experimental treatment. Which is fun, and it gives you a soul as well. I didn't notice that. Destroy this roll. Play 1, you die. 2, loot 3. 3, gain 9 cents. 4, gain 1 treasure. 5, gain 2 treasure. 6, this becomes a soul. Gain it. So you have to roll a 6, but then it'll give you a soul. But it also gets destroyed if you don't roll right. So you gotta be. That's playing with fire. But in any case, we got the Eternal D6. So, what's the Eternal D6? I don't know, but I know if you unlock it in the video game, you see Florian Himsel just stroking it gently, which is funny. But in any case, the Eternal D6. Flip it. Put a counter on this. 2 counters from this. Till the end of. If a player would roll a 2 or a 3, it becomes a 1 instead. Okay, so it just reduces everything to a 1. So they can roll a 1, a 4, 5, or 6. That's essentially what that does. Half of your rolls are 1s, so that eliminates the ability to, for them to roll any good rolls for the rest of the turn. The clicker, the remote, the power.
The clicker. Destroy this. If you do, choose a character card from outside the game. Replace your character with it and your starting items with the chosen card starting items. Ooh, you can change your character with this. Oh, and that's why you have to destroy it. You only get to use it once, but you can change your character to another character that's not currently being played by another player. That is powerful. That can be fun because you can just switch it up to something. Like you can get like I don't know, Eden in the middle of a playthrough. That makes in case car battery. Car battery. This can't be recharged except by its own abilities. Recharge up to 3 other items in play. Pay 7 cents to recharge this. Ooh, so you gotta pay 7 cents to recharge it, but you gotta recharge and you can charge 3 items that you currently have. So that's pretty cool. Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead is fun. So, Book of the Dead. What is Book of the Dead? Put a non-event monster card and discard in a monster slot not being attacked. Okay, makes sense. And then here's the one I know of and is fun. Birthright. So Birthright is actually one of the better items in the game because Birthright, if you pick it, you have to. It's very convoluted to unlock. But Birthright in the video game is beneficial in accordance with whatever character you're playing. So it can be really powerful and really fun. But in this game, Birthright becomes a copy of an eternal item. So pretty powerful. It can copy an eternal item, and then also I believe it can be copied by modeling clay, which is also in the game as well. And we'll be talking about that in a minute. But if you collect that, you essentially get 3 eternal items right off the bat. If you can also combine it with modeling clay, which in turn can make you very powerful because you'll get 3 of your eternal items. But we also got battery pack, which is fun and cool. Then this is battery pack. Battery pack. At the start of your turn, put a counter on this. Remove 2 counters from this. Recharge each item a player controls. So fun. Alright, in case. It also gets Auction Gavel. I don't know what Auction Gavel does, but I'm going to commit to saying Auction Gavel. But in case, choose a shop item. Other players may bid cents for it, starting at 1 or more cents. In turn order, other players may top the high bid. Bidding ends when the high bid stands. The high bidder pays you the number of cents they bid and steals the chosen item. So you can bid for an item and auction for it. It depends, but it also depends on how much sense you have when you would actually auction for it. So that's pretty cool. In any case, Abel, Cain to match Cain. So Abel, if you don't know, in the Bible, Abel is Cain's brother, and Cain kills him. I think, like as the first murderer thing. Like, that's a Bible story, I know. But, Abel. Each time you deal combat damage to a monster, roll 46, deal 1 damage to another monster or player. So, that can deal more damage to a monster if you roll for it. In case, Alabaster Box. This is a fun one. Alabaster Box. At the start of your turn, put a counter on this. When the second counter is put on this, gain 10 cents. When the 4th counter is put on this, loot 4. When the 6th counter is put on this, gain 2 treasure. So you just get more powerful, but it gives you more things. But after a point, it stops giving you things. So you can use it, but you also got to make sure you don't die to it. You just gotta stall for turns is essentially what it is, and hope it doesn't get removed. In case, Backstabber, and Backstabber is fun. Backstabber, you may attack players who control more souls than you. They have plus 3 evasion for the attack. Each time you kill a player, loot 1. So you can just kill somebody and take their souls, I think. No, you loot 1, but you can kill somebody who's currently in the lead and force them to lose some of their stuff. That's pretty fun. We've got Bullet Bandages. Bullet Bandages, you take no combat damage on attack roll of 3. So Bullet Bandages, it works similar to Cube of Meat, which I've already unboxed in a video. Cube of Meat, there's 3 cubes of meat, which negate an attack of 1 through 4. Anything and boosted attack and damage, boosted damage and health, I believe, from them, which makes them very powerful. This not as powerful because you only get the 1, it seems, or at least for now. Maybe there's more. Maybe they'll add more versions of this because they may do another unboxing of Isaac at one point. I don't know. But you take no damage on a roll of 3, which is good in and of itself. Blood Puppy. Blood Puppy is fun. So Blood Puppy. Each time a player dies, this levels up. Level 4, you have +1 attack. Level 8 at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to a monster or player. And level 10, at the start of your turn, roll 1 to 3, you die. Okay, so if it gets too powerful, it kills you. Okay, so that makes it dangerous, but powerful. And then we have Bobby Bomb. Bobby Bomb is fun. Bobby Bomb is always fun. But when you gain or purchase this, reveal the top 10 cards of the loot deck. Put each card with Bomb in its name in your hand and the rest at the bottom of the loot deck. At the start of your turn, put a card with Bomb in its name from your loot from the loot discard into your hand. So you just get Bomb items forever as long as you have Bobby Bomb. That makes perfect sense. Okay. And then you've got Chocolate Milk. Chocolate Milk is fun, I believe. It gives you a charge attack in the game, but I'm curious how this works. At the start of your turn, put a counter on this. Then it has 3+ counters. Remove all counters from this and deal 1 damage to a monster or player. When this is +2 counters on it, you have +1. Okay, powerful. Powerful stuff. So, and then you have Consolation Prize, which is fun. So here's Consolation Prize. And Consolation Prize is, what is this? At the start of your turn, loot X, where X is the number of souls the player with the most souls controls, minus the number of souls you control. Okay, so if someone has like 3 souls, you get to loot 3 with this, minus however many souls you're currently controlling. So if you have none and another player has 3, you can get 3 loot from this. So that's pretty powerful. And then you've got the Cursed Soul. The Cursed Soul of the Damned. And the Cursed Soul, I believe. At the start of your turn, take 1 damage and put a counter on this. Then if it has 6+ counters, it becomes a soul and loses all abilities. At the start of your turn, give this to another player. Ooh. Okay, so whoever gets stuck with this gets a soul, but it's a curse. So you take 1 damage at the start of your turn, but you get rid of it, and then you get rid of it. But once it has 6 counters, it just becomes a soul. So you get a soul from this, but do you really want it? That's the question. And then you get Damocles. I remember what Damocles does. I'm pretty sure I know what Damocles does. Damocles! If you treasures, instead gain that many +1. When you die before paying death penalties, destroy this. Alright. Okay, so it adds a treasure, but you also lose it once it's destroyed. Okay, but in any case, we got Fetal Haunt, which is fun. He's cute. I like him. At the end of your turn, give another player a loot card. When you die before paying penalties, give this to another player. Fine, it's just a curse. It's because, that's how the haunt works. Next we've got the Fire Mind. Combat damage you deal is double on attack roll of 6. Combat damage you take is double on attack roll of 1. So, dangerous. Combat damage you deal is double on attack roll of 6. Okay, so, no, it doubles your attack damage on 1 or 6, but you can't benefit from the 1 because most things have higher health and damage, so you can't kill them very easily. And then you got Gnawed Leaf. Gnawed Leaf is fun because it turns you into a stone statue. I wonder what it does. Prevent all damage you would take while it's not your turn. At the first... Oh, so this just negates some of the things we've gotten where you can attack people on their turn. Because you can't take any damage when it's not your turn. The first time each turn another player plays a loot card that targets you or something you control, you may cancel it. So you remove an effect from your turn that someone else is trying to play on you. And also you take no damage when it's your turn. Okay, so that can be pretty good. That can be pretty good. Halo of Flies. Halo of Flies. What does Halo of Flies do? Halo of Flies. You take no combat damage on an attack roll of 1 or 6. Alright, makes sense. That's how Halo of Flies is established to work in the game. Makes sense. It's just an orbital. Alright, Handicapped Placard. This is a handicap thing. What does it do? Monsters have -X on your turn, where X is the number of souls the player with the most souls controls, minus the number of souls you control. Okay, so this works similarly to the other item we just got. This enables you to kill monsters easier, but only if someone is. This works similar to Consolation Prize, but only if someone has more souls than you. And otherwise it's worthless. So you gotta make sure you have more souls. Judas's Shadow. Judas's Shadow is fun. I like Judas's Shadow. But in any case, each time you tie before paying penalties, put two counters on this. When this is destroyed, gain X cents and loot X, where X is equal to the number of counters on this. Ooh. Okay, so when you eventually have to pay this for death penalties, you gain a bunch of loot. You gain a bunch of loot and cents. So it becomes more powerful the more you die. That makes perfect sense. But it has to be like one of the first items you buy, otherwise, and you have to have it. Otherwise, it's worthless. So it depends on how many items you're willing to sacrifice for it. But you do get a lot of things when you do, which can be cool. But in case Little Keeper's Box, When this enters play, expand shop slots by 2. Each time another player purchases a shop item, gain 2 cents and loot 1. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, and then Little Chest. Little Chest is, well, I can't see Little Chest. There's Little Chest. Okay, Little Chest. Each time you kill a monster, roll 1 to 2, gain 2 cents. 3 to 4, loot 2, then put a loot card from your hand on top of the loot deck. 5 to 6, recharge each item you control. Okay, pretty good stuff. And then we've got Lodestone. Lodestone, I don't know what it does, but it's Lodestone, and I would assume it does something cool. Lodestone. Each time a player rolls a 3, choose a monster. It gains -1 till the end of turn. Ooh, that's powerful. And then you've got Lunch. Lunch gives you +1 health, and that's it. So Lunch is, and it's also, I want to say, yeah, Lunch is just, it's dog food. That's what it is. It's crappy dog food. I never realized that that's what that was. It's crappy dog food. In any case, yeah, Mom. That's actually kind of sad that I'm thinking about it lore-wise. It just means his mom doesn't take care of him. That's sad. In any case, Mom's Bottle of Pills. When you gain or purchase this, reveal the top 10 cards of the loot deck. Put each card named Pills into your hand and the rest at the bottom of the loot deck. At the start of your turn, put a card named Pills from the loot discard into your hand. I just got a bunch of pill cards with the April Fool's thing. So this works with that. This can work with that. That can be good. But in case, you've also got Play-Doh Cookie, which is an interesting idea. At the start of your turn, you may choose a non-internal item. Put a counter on that item and remove one from it, otherwise gain 1 cent. Okay, so if you don't, at the start of your turn, okay, so if you don't have a, you may choose, if you don't choose an item, I don't know. Maybe it gives you 1 cent depending, but I don't know. But we got Punching Bag. Punching Bag is fun. Okay, so you have +2. Well, you have +2, and this item can be attacked. So Punching Bag just shields you from things because people can attack it, and they gain 5 cents if it's in play, and it's killed. But it has 2 in health, 5 evasion, and 1 attack. It may or may not die, but that's how Punching Bag works, so it makes sense. And then we've got what is it? We've got Rock Bottom. We've got Rock Bottom, and Rock Bottom. When you gain or purchase this, put counters on it equal to the number of loot cards in your hand. At the end of the turn, if you have fewer loot cards in your hand than there are counters on this, loot 2. So if you loot 1, you lose a card. When you inevitably lose loot cards, you gain power. That makes sense. All right, Spelunker Hat. Spelunker Hat is fun. Spelunker Hat. At the start of your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of a deck and put them back in any order. Okay, that's fun. And then you've got Trick Penny. I don't know what Trick Penny does, but you get it. Trick Penny. Shop items you purchase cost 1 cent less. Purchase items you control cost 1 cent less to activate. Each time you purchase from the shop or treasure deck, gain 1 cent. At the end of your turn, gain 1 cent. Okay, so it just gives you money and makes everything cost less. That makes sense. Oh, and I get it. It's a Trick Penny because it's got a string through it. That's clever. Okay, and then Ultra Flesh Kid. You know, Edmund isn't associated with Team Meat anymore, so he can't officially be Meat Boy, so he made his own character. That makes perfect sense. But Ultra Flesh Kid. Each time a monster or player dies, put a counter on this. At the end of your turn, if this has 12 plus counters, it becomes a soul and loses all abilities. So this is designed to work with your with the cube. This just gain a soul. But you know, gaining a soul is a rare ability, so that helps. But next we have I have next up. These are going back in my box. But next up we have these are all going back. So next up we have well, if they'll fit in there, they fit. Okay, next up we have the loots. A couple of fun things in it. So we gotta open the loot. But and if I can open the loot, I can open the loot. I can open the loot. Let's open the loot. And I don't know what I'm doing with the song singing, and I don't know what to do at all. Okay. I don't know what that was. I just started singing. But okay. Any hoozle. We're just gonna move on like that didn't actually happen. And we're gonna open our loot deck. And this expands the number of loot cards we get. So that's pretty powerful. Oh yeah. Okay, so we get something rough on out of the start. So I'm gonna start with this. We got the tick. And the tick is unique because it's one of the few trinkets that be eternal. The first time you kill a monster on your turn, heal 1 and you may attack an additional time this turn. Pretty powerful. Oh, sorry, forgot X-ray vision. That's going back in the... Forgot X-ray vision. Okay. Alright. So tick is powerful. Well, tick lets you heal 1 turn each the first time on your turn. Alright, wishbone. And this is another trinket. When this is destroyed, gain 1 treasure. So yeah, it's a wishbone. It's exactly what it expects. Rib of Greed. These are all trinkets. So Rib of Greed. Abilities that in the death penalty can't make you discard loot cards or lose sense. Ooh, that can be good. That can be very helpful. But you have to so you can discard items but not sense or loot cards. So that can be powerful. Okay, but in case we also got this trinket, Lucky Toe. If you would loot, except during the loot step, instead loot that much +1. Okay, that's good. Golden trinket. This is golden trinket, and I don't know what it is supposed to be. I never understood what golden trinket's supposed to be. When this enter play, put a gold counter on another non-eternal enemy control. This has the abilities of other items with the gold counter on them. Ooh, that's powerful. So put an if this just enters play, it gives you the ability of whatever has a thing on it. So you can combine that with lump of clay, and then you have yet another item that can be copied. So you can have 4 of your eternal item with this. That can be powerful. Okay, a callus. Callus. Here it is. Callus works about as you would expect. All the non-combat damage you would take. So this just it prevents you from taking combat damage because it's a callus. That makes sense. Broken remote. I believe broken remote just randomly does things if you activate an item. Each time you activate an item, you may put a room or monster not being detected. Ooh, that can be powerful. Just removing a monster or room or monster. That can be when you activate an item. That can be powerful. Bag lunch. Here's bag lunch, and bag is if this would be destroyed if it has no counters on it. Put a counter on it instead. You're +1 while this has the counter on it. Okay, so just keep this. Okay, so but it can't be destroyed. It has to be destroyed twice for it to. It has to be destroyed at least once for it to take effect. Okay, it can't be gotten rid of initially. Okay, so 2 of spades is another player card. 2 of spades. Choose another player, loot X, where X is the number of loot cards in that player's hand. Okay, makes sense. That's what it's for. Ace of diamonds. And Ace of diamonds is... Well, I don't need to show Ace of diamonds. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Ace of diamonds looks like. Gain X sense, where X is the number of monster slots plus the number of loot cards in your hand. Ooh, so that can be good. I believe the maximum number of loot cards you can have is 10. So that's at least 12. That can be at most 12. Plus, I believe expanded monster slots. So, however many that is. I don't know if you can expand to. But here's runes. Challenges. Choose a player. Each item they control gains eternal until the end of. Ooh. Okay, so you can just give everybody somebody's entire build a turn. Oh, that can be. This can be great for something. I just thought of something that can be useful for. Hold on a second. Burkano. All right, Burkano. Here's Burkano. And Burkano, destroy an item. If that item was controlled by a player, they steal an item from the shop. Okay, so that can be. So you can just swap an item out for somebody. Okay, Black Hearts. I believe these just choose a player, prevent the next 1 damage they would take this turn till the end of turn. When that player until the end of turn, when that player dies, deal 2 damage to each player other than the player and you. Ooh. Okay, so this just deals damage to everybody as long as that one player you helped out is alive. And then there's another one of these, and it works exactly the same. Pills, another pill item, because we didn't have enough of those. Pills. Roll 1 to 2, loot 3, then put 3 cards from your hand at the top of the loot deck in any order. 3 to 4, loot 3, then put 1 card from the top of your hand to the top of the loot deck. 5 to 6, loot 3. That can be helpful. Bombs, deal 1 damage to a player, and then there's a couple of these, but they do different arts. So dupe. And then we've got Butterbean. Cancel the floop or cost. And then there's Butterbean. Cancel the floop or of an item being played. And there's another handful of these. So they're pretty good. In case, I dropped it. Okay, Dad's Note. Dad's Note, I believe, is an important thing because it helps you bait the end of the game. Choose up to 3 non-event monster cards and discard. Put them in one of the monster steps not being attacked. Okay, thank you, Dad. Prick. All right, he just puts all the monsters back into play. What do you even say about that? All right, and there's Dice Charge. Choose a dice roll. Its controller re-rolls it, and then there's a couple more of these. Emergency Contact. Here's Emergency Contact. This is new. Emergency Contact. Cancel an attack on a monster and put that monster on the card on the bottom of the monster deck. So that's cool. And then we've got 4 cents, which is just gain 4 cents. And then there's a couple of these. All right, and then we got Hagalaz. Hagalaz, wherever it is. Look at the top 5 cards in the monster or room deck and put them back in any order. Then put a room or monster not being attacked into discard. Fun. And pills. And then we got pills. Big pill. Roll 3 times. 1 to 2, you gain +1 till the end of the turn. 3 to 4, you gain +1 till the heart. +1 attack till the end of the turn. 3 to 4, you gain +1 health till the end of the turn. 5 to 6, you take 1 damage. And I love how the text is blown up at the bottom. That's funny, because it's really, really big, and they really want you to see it. Key. Here's a key. And what does the key do? Choose 1. The active player may attack an additional time this turn. Or you can put the top card of the monster deck in a monster side not being attacked. Okay. So you can choose an effect depending on what you want. And a battery. Recharge an item. And there's a few of these. So we're gonna put those into the pile. Lucky Penny. Lucky Penny can be helpful. That's a trinket, I believe. Gain 1 cent. Rewards are double till the end of no, never mind. Rewards are just double. Okay, so it's just a lucky penny. That's good. That's helpful on its own. I gotta reorganize my things. Hold on a second. We're gonna reorganize here. I need to reorganize. Oh, that's not right. That's. All right. I'll have to fix it later because I'm currently on a roll. A magic marker. I don't know what it does. Change in the so it's what Edmund can do. It's Edmund's eternal item, but you get to play it whenever. But you play it as a loot card rather than just during your turn at every turn. That makes sense. All right, Mega Bomb. Mega Bomb. Deal 2 damage to a monster player. Okay, that makes sense. All right, a nickel. We got a nickel. That gives you 5 cents. The pile. A sack. a sack, just a regular sack. And then this sack loots through loot 3. That's going in the pile. And then we've got Soul Heart. Soul Heart prevents damage, but unlike a Black Heart, it doesn't deal damage. So that's getting into the pile. We got a couple of those. Sticky Nickel. Here's Sticky Nickel. 1 to 3 that you give this to the player to your left. 4 to 6 you gain 5 cents. Sticky Nickel. You just give it to a player. You roll. You either give it to a player or gain 5 cents. So that's cool. And then you just pass it along. That makes sense. 3 cents. You gain 3 cents. There's a few of these. There's a lot of these actually. Hold on. Okay, 3 cents. Let's go in the pile. 2 cents. You gain 2 cents. You gain 2 cents. And there's a few of these. And then we're just gonna put those in the pile. And that's all the loot cards. So we got through the loot cards in record time, which means now we can move on to the monster deck. And that is the last part of the thing, I believe. That is the last. Well, that's not the last of the cards, but that is the last of the. What is it? That is the last. This is the last of the monsters, because there are new things that we're gonna see. Okay, I gotta open it, but where's my scissors? There's my scissors. And alright. And we're starting off strong with this one. Okay, so here is the Beast. The Beast is the final boss of the Binding of Isaac overall. So she's powerful. And in case when this is flipped to the side or attacked, each player rolls 2. Each player who rolls the lowest or is tied for the lowest dies. And then it has to be pulled out of the game, I believe. So you can't just get rid of it. And in case we also got the Harbingers on the reverse side. So here's the Harbingers. And these are the these are the Ultra Harbingers that she fights with. 4 health. I also didn't list the stats. The Beast is 6 health, 4 evasion, and 2 attack. Harbingers are 4 health, 4 evasion, and 1 attack. And here's the thing: the active player must attack each turn if able. If this would die, instead put a counter on this. The active player gains 1 treasure, cancels their attack, and this heals to full health. If it has +4 counters on it, flip it. So this gives you. This is essentially a 5-turn boss that has to be played. But the thing is, and we'll talk about this, this does not enter play initially, so this is just set off to the side of the game. Also, I didn't put my loot cards back, but we'll do that now. Okay. I'm going to put the loot cards back because I wanted to keep them somewhat organized. And then we've got Baby Plum. Baby Plum we've already talked about. He's a pal. Health, 2 evasion, and 1 attack. Each time this takes, the active player rolls. 1 to 2 take 1 damage. 3 to 4 the player you take to the left takes 1 damage. 5 to 6 the player to the right takes 1 damage. Roll. Gain times the number of cents. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you don't want to fight Baby Plum. Look at him. He's adorable. You don't want to fight him. He's friend. Also we've got Betrayal, which is yet another curse. So, or rather, an event card. Choose another player. Roll. 1 to 2, steal 5 cents from them. 3 to 4, steal a loot card from them at random. 5, steal a non-eternal soul. 6, steal a soul they control. Okay, so if you roll and you're lucky, stuff. Which makes sense. It's Betrayal. That makes sense. Brownie. I actually did not know Brownie was in this before I started unboxing things. So Brownie is new. Brownie. 6 health, 5 evasion, 1 attack. Each time this takes damage, it gains -1 evasion until the end of the turn. Ooh, and it gives 1 treasure. So you have to punch it a whole bunch, but it will eventually get easier to kill. And then we got the charmed enemies. You got the charmed Boney, which is 2 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They gain 5 cents. Each time the attacking player rolls an attack roll 6, they deal 1 damage to a player. Ooh, okay. That seems mean, but Charmed Clotty. He's charming. They're all very charming. 2 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies, after gaining rewards, Charmed dead. attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They recharge an item they control. 2 cents. Yeah, and Charms Fat Bat. He's cool. Here he is. Here's the buddy. Charmed Fat Bat. When this dies after gaining another reward, choose another player. They gain 1 treasure. He gives you 1 treasure, and he has 4 health, 3 evasion, and 1 attack. So pretty cool overall. And then we got Charmed Fatty. And all the charmed enemies, I believe, are new because we had cursed enemies, but we didn't have charmed enemies. 5 health, 2 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They loot 2. Each time this deals combat damage to they discard a loot card. Fun. Okay, so and then we've got Charmed Globin. Charmed Globin is fun. 4 health, 3 evasion, and 1 attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They loot 3. Each attacking player misses an attack roll. They heal 1. Okay, so that's how Globins work. If you miss an attack roll, they just gain more powerful, and you get the loot 3. Charmed Greedling. I'm assuming gives you money. Yes. 1 attack, 1 health, 6 defense, 1 and nothing. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They gain 10 cents. Okay, and this just gives you money. They can't attack you, so it's just find him and kill him, and he gives you money. All right. And then Charmed Keeper. All right, Charmed Keeper. 2 health, 3 attack, and 3 evasion and 2 attack. When this dies after gaining rewards, choose another player. They must roll and gain cents equal to the result. Each time this deals combat damage to a player, they lose 2 cents. Okay, and then Charmed Monstro is the new one. Charmed Monstro is a seems the 4 health, 3 evasion, and 1 attack. If the active player would gain the soul, they instead choose another player. That player gains the soul. Oh. So you kill it and you have to be nice with somebody else. Okay. So you don't even get the soul if you kill it. You just go you choose another player to give it to. Alright. It's just nice. I would assume that would be very helpful if someone has 3 souls and they need another one and you're just like, oh, I have better items. I'll go fight him for you. And you can win the game that way. Or if somebody's lagging behind and you want to be nice to them. That's also a thing. The Clog. Here's the Clog. He's fun. Alright, the Clog. 5 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies, each player gives their hand to their left. Loot 3, and then he gives you a soul because he's a boss. Corny. Here's the Corny. He's Corny. Corny. 1 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies, it deals 2 damage to a non-active player chosen at random. 4 cents when he's dead. So, yeah, there's a couple of interesting things. Then you've got the Cursed Doppel. He's a Doppel. Doppel is fun. 3, okay, and it's, yeah, okay, here's all the cursed enemies. Never mind, I don't think we had cursed enemies. Cursed Doppel. 3 health, 4 evasion, 2 attack. Each time this takes damage, it deals damage to each non-active player. Fun! So it'll just kill every other... Put the cursed enemies on. That makes sense. Cursed Little Haunt. The Cursed Little Haunt. 3 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. If a player would roll a dice, they instead roll 2 dice. The player to the left chooses one of the rolls rolled as the result. Loot 1. Fun. Okay, Cursed Molaboom. This already sounds terrible. I can only predict what this is. Each time a monster dies, this deals 3 damage to a player chosen at random. So if this is still in play, it'll kill something. It also has 3 attack, so to deal with. Cursed Mulligan. Here's the Cursed Mulligan. 2 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Each time a monster dies, expand the monster stats by 1. Perfect. And then we got Curse of Empathy. Which 4 curses. Curse of Empathy. Each time a monster dies, discard lose 1 cent. Curse. You gotta when it's in play, give it to a player. When they die, put this into discard. So like how curses work, you just give them to the person who revealed it, which is unfortunate for them. But Curse of the Hollow here's Curse of the Hollow. And Curse of the Hollow is at the end of your turn, discard X loot cards and lose X cents, where X is the number of souls you control. Oh, so the more souls you have, the more dangerous this curse is. So if you're lagging behind, this does nothing to you. You're just stuck with it. Okay, that makes sense. And then you just die and it goes away. Curse of the Hunted. Here's Curse of the Hunted. Monsters have +1 on your turn, and it is a curse. So they're pretty dangerous. Um, oh, and we're back to bosses again. Hold on. So, okay, but Curse of the Soulless, first and foremost. You can't gain souls if this would be put in the discard and instead give it to another player. Oh, so this just gets passed around and prevents people from gaining souls. That is mean, especially considering what it's supposed to be. But also Dogma. I've actually unboxed Dogma in the unboxing of Isaac, but this is actual Dogma. This is not his like super form. This is not his super form that he takes. This is just Dogma, but this is how Dogma actually works. Like the other one is an alt art. But in case 4 health, 3 evasion, 3 attack. When an attack is declared on this, put each other monster into discard. When this dies, put a card named the Harbingers from outside the game and a monster slot not being attacked. +2 treasure. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He works with the Beast's card. It pulls it out of the game. Then you have to fight it, and then you have to kill. Basically, this guy in additional 5 times. That's the problem. If you fight this guy, you have to fight another five turns for another thing. He's dangerous for that reason. And then here's Double Treasure. This is, I believe, another event card. Double Treasure. Choose another player. You and that player each gain 1 treasure. Great. That sounds helpful, actually. Ooh, dressing table. The dressing table is reroll any number of items you control. I have no idea what that means, but it says reroll them. And then you got golden troll bombs, which just sounds mean because troll bombs are always mean. Choose a player, they take 2 damage, put this in the monster deck, 4 cards from the top. Fun. Right. Oh, and then we've got Gutted Fatty, which is kind of gross, but, also kind of cool looking. I like how he looks, but he's also gross looking. 5 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. When this dies, expand monster slots by 1. The active player must make an additional attack, and he gives you 1 treasure. Gross. Oh, and then we got holy enemies, which I believe were already in the game, but we got more of them. 2 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. Each time a player rolls a 3, each monster does 1 till the end of the turn. Okay, so this is just a holy enemy, which makes the game easier. That's what they're for. In case Holy Greedling. Holy Greedling is new, I believe. Holy Greedling, 2 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. Each time a monster dies, the active player may gain 3 cents. Roll game times the number of cents. Okay. And Holy Portal. Holy Portal seems like an interesting time, but it's Holy Portal. 2 attack, 4 evasion, 1 attack. 2 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Never mind. Yeah, I can read. I can read cards. Each time a monster dies, the active player may take an additional time this turn. Fun. Holy Psyhorf is next. Here he is. And Holy Psyhorf. 3 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. At the end of each turn, the active player loots 1, and then you loot 3. So you loot 4 if you kill it. So that's pretty good. And then we've got Hornfell. Hornfell I know is new. I know he was from the expansion before he was a mod. So pretty good. But he's got 2 health, 5 evasion, and 1 attack. When this would deal combat damage to the active player or prevent it, then this deals 1 damage to a player chosen at random. Oh, so he just attacks players at random, which is mean. And then he gives you 1 treasure and a soul. Lust for Blood. Lust for Blood is powerful. Powerful stuff, it seems. Choose a player. You may make an additional attack against them. Must make an additional attack against them. They have 4+ evasion for the attack. When that player dies this turn, they give the active player the item they would destroy for the death penalty. Okay, so this works exactly like the Battle Royale item, but as an event card instead of a room card. That makes perfect sense, actually. That's pretty good. That can be good. And then Mama Gertie. Mama Gertie, I don't believe was in the game before, so that works. Mama Gertie has 3 evasion and 2 attack. For your formed inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. Psalm 139:13. Roll loot X. So you just okay. So depending on the roll, and then you get a +1. Okay, powerful. And then we've got Satan. Satan is we gotta fight Satan. At least this should be Satan. No, this is Mega Satan. Never mind. I lied to you. This is Mega Satan. Okay, so Mega Satan has 6 across the board. Players can be attacked and have 4+. At the end of each turn, if the active player is the only living player, they win. Ooh. Okay, so this will. Okay, so this forces people to attack each other, and if they're the only active player and if they're the only player left standing, they just win the game. But if you kill him, you get 2 souls, so that's pretty good, and also 2 treasure. So he's an epic boss, so he's pretty powerful. Ooh, Mother Shadow. Okay, Mother Shadow. I don't know what Mother Shadow is, but it looks cool. Mother Shadow. Each player who controls the most items or ties for the most dies. Put this in the monster deck 6 cards from the top. Okay, so that just randomly comes back and kills you. And then we have Mother. Mother was originally called the Witness. It's from when it was the mod. It was originally called the Urgurdy, and then it was the Witness, and now it's Mother. So it's gone through a couple of things. But in case the guy has 8 health, 1 evasion, and 8 attack. Each time this takes damage, it gains +1 till the end of the turn. When this dies, expand monster spots by 2. 1 treasure, and that's an epic boss. So pretty powerful. So it can give. So yeah, epic bosses, they can only be 1 in a given round. I did not know this until I started researching the game more and started learning more about the game, and also Edmund started telling people how the game actually plays. You can only fight 1 epic boss, but they give you 2 souls, so they're pretty powerful. And then you've got the mushroom. The mushroom. 3 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. Each time this deals combat damage to an attacking player, deals 1 to each other player. Pretty good. Alright, and then we've got Null. Null is good, too. So Null gives you 3 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. This takes no combat damage on every other attack roll made against it. Oh, okay, so you can only attack it every other turn. That makes sense. So you gotta be really good with your rolls and time them well. It's essentially what Null is. I think Null's the enemy that disappears, so that makes sense. I mean, here's Overflow. I don't know what Overflow does. Each player rolls 1 to 2, they skip their next turn. Okay, so it gets rid of them. It gets rid of a turn. That's mean. And here's Peeping Fatty. He has 3 health, 4 evasion. Guys, look at the top 5 cards of the loot deck and put them back in any order. Okay, so and then he lets you loot too. That's pretty good. Pitfall. Okay, Pitfall is end the turn, cancel everything that hasn't resolved. So, okay, so that just ends the current turn, and then nobody gets to play anything. Rag Mega. Rag Mega I know wasn't in the game originally, so he's good. That's new. Rag Mega, 5 HP, 5 evasion, and 1 attack. When the attack is declared on this, each non-active player discards a loot card. When this dies, the active player kills up to 3 other players. Oh, mean. 1 treasure, but he gives you a soul. Okay, he's mean. He's mean. I don't like him. He's mean. But there is a challenge base around him, so he's pretty mean. But the Rainmaker I know is a new boss, so the Rainmaker's cool. 3 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Each time the player rolls a 1, they loot 1. When this dies, search the monster deck for a curse card and put it into a monster slot not being attacked. Then shuffle the monster deck. Oh, so he just summons a curse and screws you over if you kill him. Okay, that makes sense, but he gives you a soul. Oh, boy. Red Ghost. Here's the Red Ghost. The Red Ghost is mean. Red Ghost, or at least he looks mean. He looks cool, actually. Red Ghost. 3 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Each time this takes damage, the active player chooses another player. That player takes 1 damage. Loot 3. Okay. The Scourge. Here's the Scourge. Scourge looks mean. Or the Scourge. 3 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. When this would take damage, each living player votes either whip or whiff. If whip wins, prevent the damage this would take, and each non-active player takes 1 damage. If whiff wins, or there's a tie, the active player loses 1. Oh, so you play a game of whip or whiff. Okay, so all right, that sounds fun. That actually sounds really fun. But the Siren. Here's the Siren. I believe the Siren is also another boss from the game as well. The Siren. 4 health, 3 evasion, 1 attack. The active player may attack another players have +4. Loot 1 and it gives you a soul. Makes sense. Alright, Sister's Vis. Sister's Vis looks mean. Okay, so Sister's Vis, 6 health, 4... Well, I know what Sister's Vis is. I don't think they were just in the game yet. So, but they're new. Scissors Fist, 6 attack, 4 evasion, 2 attack. When attack is declared on this, the active player chooses another player. That player must make an attack roll against this after each attack roll the active player makes this attack. If this dies on this turn, the player gains +1 treasure. Which, that's a lot of gobbledygook, and I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm just going to put that in the thing and not even try to understand that. Alright. TNT Barrel. I don't know what TNT Barrel does. Choose a player or monster, then roll. 1 to 4, you and that player or monster take 2 damage. 5 to 6, that player or monster takes 4 damage. Ooh! Okay, so if depending on that, you okay, so that makes sense. Either if you're lucky, you don't take damage from your own thing. Troll bombs take 2 damage. So, that's how that works. And then we have turtlings. Turtlings are the new thing. I know you're already in the thing, but turtlings have 2 across the board. This only takes combat damage on attack roll of 2. Or when the attacking player makes their second attack roll this turn, after combat damage, cancel the attack. Oh. Okay, so if you don't roll 2 twice, you don't get to kill him. But he only takes combat damage on attack roll 2. So you have to roll exactly to kill him. And if you don't kill him in 2 turns, he cancels your attack. So that's how turtlings work. Alright, and then Ultra Greed. Ultra Greed is fun. We didn't have Ultra Greed, but now he's here. He's the only... I think he was one of the few epic bosses that wasn't accounted for. Ultra Greed. 8 health, 5 evasion, 1 attack. After each attack roll the active player makes against this, each other player in turn order makes an attack roll against this. The player who kills this gains his rewards. 40 cents and a soul. But he isn't considered an epic boss, even though he doesn't give 4 souls. Well, 2 souls. But in case of last but not least, we got the Whipper. And Whipper is the last enemy that we can get from this. 3 evasion, 4 attack. 3 health, 4 evasion, 1 attack. Each time a player declares an attack on this, the active player rolls 1/2. This deals 1 damage to that player. Okay, pretty powerful stuff pretty cool monster sets overall. But you gotta remove the Harbingers from play before you do a thing. So the Harbingers will probably just go in their own little thing when I get to them. I will have to do that. I'll have to figure out how to do that. I'll have to figure out how to separate them from the rest of the deck. But that should be mostly everything, I believe, except for new cards and expansion things. So first things first, I've been curious what these bigger cards are. I believe these are the dividers. But they should be the dividers. Right? They should be. Yes, indeed it does seem to be the dividers. Yes. These are dividers. So they tell you what items are which. Okay, okay, so they're just dividers in a bunch of very different cards, and they seem to be back-to-back versions of cards we've already seen. I understand. This is for player characters. This is your player character divider. This is your treasure divider. This is your loot card divider, and so on and so forth. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So you're just supposed to use these to just divide up your cards. I believe this is for cursed. I think it's dependent on what items, but I don't really know. I believe these are monsters, and then the cursed monsters. I really don't know. I don't know. Okay, I think it's based on the. I don't know. I think it's based on what the things are. The characters are. I want to say it's based on what the items are, so you get to separate them that way. And then this is the last set of cards that we got to unpack. But before we get to the last bits of things, we're almost done with this. We're almost done with this. We've only got a handful of cards left, but we're almost done with this. It's sad that we're almost done with this, but okay. But in case, we're gonna open these new player cards. And okay, so we've got new character cards and new opening items. So these are all the new things that we didn't have before. Okay, so unfortunately there seem to be mostly in order, so that helps a lot. Yeah, we've got new characters that okay, I've got new. Okay, I've got, well, first things first. Um, okay, well, I've got a couple of these guys. I don't know who to start with, so, uh, I guess I will start with, oh, and here's all the bonus. Okay, this is where they all hang out. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. All right, let's just start with, I don't know who I want to start with. I guess I will start with the Enigma since he's here. Okay, so I need to find his start item as well. So wherever he is, um, Soul Bond Flip. There it is. Okay. All right. So here's the Enigma. The Enigma is tainted Jude. Tainted. What is it? I want to say he's tainted Lazarus. So he comes back. Okay. But in case the Enigma. Play an additional loot card this turn. This can be done on it. Okay. Starting item flip. Okay. So flip. Here's the flip. And what's flip? Each time you die after paying penalties, flip your character if able, then recharge it. Discard your hand and loot 3. Ooh. So and then there's a reverse art on the reverse side. So that's what it is. It flips his health and attack. So he gets more powerful if he dies, but he only has 1 health. Whereas the regular Enigma only has 1 health, has 2 health, but only 1 attack. So his stats flip if he dies, which can make him powerful. Okay. And next is, I should probably put separate my hold on. I'm gonna separate them out. Yeah, we're gonna separate them out. Okay, next is Bethany, and her starting item is, where the hell is it? I want to say, There's Book of Virtues. Okay. Okay, Bethany is another new playable character that was added with the game, with the expanded with the new expansion. So Bethany is, here she is. Bethany is was from the mod, but she got added later. So Bethany, 2 health, 1 attack. Play an additional loot card this turn. Starting item Book of Virtues, and here's Book of Virtues. This is her starting item, and Book of Virtues. Each time you deal damage, you deal combat damage. Roll 5 to 6. Deal 1 damage to a monster or player. Each time you kill a monster, choose another player. You and that player each loot 1. Okay, so you roll. So you just deal combat damage and roll again. Okay, that makes sense. All right. And then we've got Jacob and Esau, which have sibling rivalry wherever that is. There it is, sibling rivalry. Okay, so Jacob and Esau, this is them. They are also from the mod that was then expanded into the thing. So they're new-ish. They're from the mod, but the mod was later expanded into official DLC. So overall, they were added. But in case they start with sibling rivalry, and this is sibling rivalry. This is what they start with for their starting items. Yeah. And then sibling rivalry. Choose a non-active player. The next time the there's an attack this turn, the chosen player must make an attack roll. Each attack for the attack player to attack. If the monster dies this attack, the chosen player also gains its rewards. Okay, so you just give the active player the rewards. Okay, makes sense. All right, and here's where the things get fun, and this is what earlier. If I can find his thing, these are all part of the things. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the hell is it? Okay. Well, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. There's Soul Bond. Okay, so the Baleful. The Baleful is unique. So here's the 1 attack. Here's this thing. Baleful is interesting though, because here's what I was talking about. Soul Bond. Soul Bond. Each time you die, choose another player, that player dies. You don't lose sense or discard loot cards when playing the death penalty. You still lose items though, which is where that 1 rune comes in, because you can give all of your items eternal, and then he can just wipe an entire thing with the birthright, with the lump of clay, and with the trinket. So, and with the golden trinket, so you can just wipe an entire field of players. So with very little setup, he can be very powerful and very dangerous. But that's the point. But he also gains when you control souls, you have +1. If you control 3, he gets more powerful. When he gets souls. So, but because the point is, you need to keep him safe rather than the other way around. Where the Lost keeps people safe, you have to keep him safe. That's how he's designed to work. And then we've got Eden. So here's the thing I'll talk about with Eden. Here's his full arts. They're the same exact effect regardless, because everybody gets Eden, I believe. Here's the thing with Eden. If you have 4 more Edens, you can play Eden mode. And essentially, is that he picks a random item to start with, and then you can play with an entire team of them if you have 4 or more of them. Which, since the game adds an additional 2, means you can get 2, which you can have 4 players who all plays Eden. And Eden mode is essentially that, but you roll whatever, but you get all 4 items, which is good, which can be good. Alright, but yeah. And we've got Flash Isaac, and I believe Flash Isaac's item is the classic roller. He gets an additional, and here's Flash Isaac. He's based on Isaac's original appearance from the original Flash version of The Binding of Isaac, so, pretty cool. Before they made the Flash. But before they, where the hell is all of the things that I'm trying to find? Oh, how I suck at this. Oh, I am bad at this. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's put this back. And here's the classic roller. The classic roller has a different effect to Isaac's D6, I believe. Yes. Choose a dice roll. Its controller re-rolls it, but it rolls a 2 dice instead. They chose another player. That player rolls one of the rolls of the result. At the end of your turn, recharge this. Eternal. So, you roll 2 dice. That seems to be... so you get to choose a result. That's what it is. Okay, so Flash Isaac you get to roll and choose the better result. And then you got Tainted Apollyon, the empty. Here he is. And he starts with Abyss. Wherever that is. There's Abyss. Okay, so Abyss. Here's Abyss. It works similar to regular Apollyon, which I believe is already in the game. But Abyss. Destroy an item you control. If you do, put a counter on this. You have +1 for every 2 counters put on this. So he destroys items he controls, but he gets more power. But his eternal item gets more powerful with everything he does. So he can eventually one-shot bosses with it. So that's pretty powerful. But you do have to constantly keep sacrificing items, which makes perfect sense. And then we've got the Benign, and I don't know what the Benign is. I believe the Benighted, I believe, is a new character, I think. I want to say she's a new character. I don't really know. Here's Hemoptysis. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Hemoptysis. So Hemoptysis is okay. So here's Hemoptysis. You get to play this, but on this, you remove a counter from this. Choose a monster. Its attack becomes 1, and if you remove 2 counters from this, deal 1 damage to up to 2 players. Okay, so you gotta build up a couple of counters, but it's powerful. And then we got the Zealot, which is Tainted Bethany, and she starts with Lemigeddon, which I don't know what Lemigeddon is, but sounds cool. I don't know what it does, but it sounds cool. That's all I've really got on it. It sounds cool. Lemigeddon, there it is. Okay, so Lemigeddon is... What does it do? Here it is. What does it do? I don't know. We're gonna see together. What does it do? Gain 1 treasure the next time your turn ends. Destroy an item you control. So you get to gain an item, but you lose an item if you use it. Okay, so you only Okay, so you have to destroy. So you gain an item, but you don't get to keep. You get to gain an item, but you also lose an item. That makes sense. Okay, the soiled, the soiled. Him. He's covered in shit. That's about all I've got to say about that. He's covered in shit, and his thing is IBS. So we're gonna show you IBS. Here's IBS. It's also gross and disgusting, but makes sense for the character. In any case, discard a loot card. 1, cancel your attack on a monster, gain 3 cents. Discard 2 loot cards, cancel an attack, cancel the cost or rotation ability on an item or loot being played. So that can be powerful. Actually, that can be very powerful. Okay, but in any case, that's going back in the thing. The capricious, the hoarder. Here's the hoarder. He's Tainted Cane. He looks pretty cool. And his thing is bag of crafting. So where is his bag of crafting? There's bag of crafting. Okay, bag of crafting. So bag of crafting. Here it is. And I don't know what bag of crafting actually does. So we're gonna see together. Bag of crafting. Discard a loot card. Put a counter on this. And remove 4 counters from this. Gain 1 treasure. Oh, okay. So that's how that works. All right. I think that's how as well in the game as well. So he gains things based on things. That makes sense. So if you gain loot cards, you gain items. That's how that works. Okay, so similar to how he works in the game. And then the Capricious, I believe, is the only version of Eden to have a starting item. So that's fun. And okay, so here's the thing. Here's the Capricious. I will talk about the Capricious a little bit more in detail, but here he is. He gets a... Okay, but in any case, play an additional loot card this turn, put a shop item into discard. Starting item is Glitch, which is this. And Glitch is a mishmash of items. And here's the thing. As your... Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Knocked all the cards on the floor. That's not great. Okay. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. We fixed it. We're good. We're good. We fixed it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I just knocked all my cards on the floor. As your turn starts, choose a shop item. This gains the abilities of that item till the end of the turn. As your turn ends, choose a shop item. This gains the abilities of that item till the start of your next turn. Recharge this. Eternal. And so here's the thing about Eden and the Capricious. I mentioned how they can copy they can copy items. They can gain items and give them eternal. Here's the thing, though. They can't use items with the destroy cost, as established by Edmund. If they use items with the destroy cost, it wastes the item and they can't use it. So they're dangerous. They're powerful, but they're powerful. But the trade-off is that they can't use items with the destroy cost. Although I don't know, if in person I may or may not give a pass on the Glitch, because Glitch you use it, but you lose it after you spend it anyway. So I would imagine it would just be like that. In case we're now on the Broken, which is Tainted Isaac. And his item's easy to find because I know what his item looks like and it's at the top. Here's the Broken. Broken is he has 2 attack, 1 defense. You can play an additional loot card this turn and he gets the spin down dice. And here it is. Destroy an item if it was controlled by a player. They job. At the end of your turn, roll 4 to destroy. You can potentially destroy 2 items every turn, which makes it powerful. And then we've got the Deserter, which is Jacob. Or at least it should be Jacob. I'm pretty sure it's Jacob. Yeah. But he starts with Anime Sola. So Anime Sola is, I believe, a unique ability. It actually is unique. Anime Sola. You flip it. So here's the thing. You flip this item when this item is to the side loot 1. But here's how this works. Here's the other reverse side, the Revenant. And the Revenant is so that's the thing. The Revenant. 2 health, 3 evasion, 2 attack. This can be attacked when this reaches 0. The player attacking this gains its rewards. Then you flip. That loot 2. deserter does not benefit from the whole copying items thing. Because he just gets 4 monsters that has to be killed. He doesn't benefit from that at all. And that's kind of fine. He's like the whole birthright strategy. When you play the actual game, he doesn't benefit from that at all. And he gets Ceremonial Blade as a start. So let's find Ceremonial Blade as a start. Ceremonial Blade, I think I just saw. It should be among them. Yes, Ceremonial Blade. Okay. Ceremonial Blade. Ceremonial Blade does, but I'm about to find out. Play an additional loot card this turn. I can play 2 loot cards with him. At the end of your turn, so loot 1, discard a loot card. Each time you kill a monster, loot 1. Okay, so he gets to loot a lot of things. He gets a lot of loot. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. And then here's the Keep. And then here's the Miser. Miser is, well, he's Tainted Keeper. Let's be perfectly honest, he's Tainted Keeper. And the Miser, and he starts with Keeper's Bargain. So let's see what Keeper's Bargain does. Here's Keeper's Bargain. Keeper's Bargain, okay, Keeper's Bargain. Each other player may choose to gain 1 cent. Gain 1 cent, then 1 cent for each player who did. Shop items you purchase cost 3 or less. Okay, so he gets a lot of money when you use this, and then he can buy things for less. So that's pretty helpful. But I don't think anybody's gonna turn that down because money means free things. But here's the Harlot. The Harlot is, I believe, Tainted Lilith. So, pretty cool. But Tainted Lilith is where? Where's her item? Gello is her item? Yes, Gello is her item. And then here's Gello. Gello looks cool. Gello looks fun. And choose a monster being attacked. Heal that monster health, then deal damage equal to the number of health healed. Ooh, in this way to another monster. If it's not your turn, cancel the attack and the active player may. Ooh, so if something. Okay, so if you're fighting an epic boss, you can just nuke a boss not currently being and gain its rewards. That can be powerful. Okay, cancel the attack and the active player may attack an additional time this turn. Okay, that can be powerful. That could actually be very powerful. That can be fun. All right, but also here's the Dauntless. She gets hypercoagulation, which sounds fun. I don't know what hypercoagulation does, coagulation, but is a thing. Okay, here's hypercoagulation. Hypercoagulation. I don't know what it does, but it does. It looks like a heart, a yummy heart. At the start of your turn, put a counter on this. You have +1 health for each counter on this. At the end of your turn, if this has +3 counters, remove all of them and loot 3. Oh, okay. So so you gain a bunch of health, but you also lose all that health. And also she only has 1 health normally. Okay, that makes her kind of a glass cannon. She gets more powerful the more counters you have on it. Lose counters and to gain sense. Okay. I'm getting a phone call. We'll do. All right. In any case, here's the Savage. He's actually he is the last playable characters. Where are all these? I'm missing some playable characters. Where the hell did some of my playable characters go? I should have. I did drop them on the floor, so maybe they're somewhere. Maybe they're somewhere and I'm just not seeing them. But I should have. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Yeah, there they are. Okay, that's why I couldn't find them. They're on the floor. Okay. But in case, we're going to start with the Savage. And this should be the last. We are reaching the end of the last of the cards. So, play initial loot cards this turn. Berserk. So, Berserk is right here. I don't know what Berserk does, but Berserk looks fun. It looks like a fun time overall. You may take an additional time on your turn. Each time you kill a monster, gain +1 till the end of health to the end. Oh, so you get more powerful with each attack you do. Each monster you kill. So, Okay, so you gain 4 health and you're able to attack monsters. Okay, so you get powerful. That's good. All right, and then we're gonna start with the fettered because he's currently on top. But here's the fettered. The fettered gains 2 and +1. Play an additional loot card in that turn, and you get dead weight. So dead weight is it's just he's tainted forgotten, but forgotten is just a bone pile. So you don't so he's just dead weight. That's the joke. You take no combat damage on attack rolls of 1. Cancel the triggered ability of a monster or non-eternal item. At the end of your turn, recharge this. So he just gains. So he can just deactivate the monster effects of monster the abilities of monster non-eternal items. That's pretty good. And then finally we have 5 the curdled, which sounds just metal as hell. Here's the curdled, and that's pretty cool. And then finally we have Sumptorium. Here's Sumptorium. And this is the last thing. So now I can just focus on, well, the last thing that we've got. Counter on this. Remove 2 counters from this. A monster gains turn eternal. Okay. Okay, so that's all the cards. So, well, most of them. But you also have more. We also have more souls based on the various what is it? The various what is it? What is it? 7. In the game, but They added Soul of Envy. Keep it and Soul of Envy. They're all souls back. But first time a player controls their third soul, the active player chooses the player who controls the fewest souls or is tied for the fewest. The active player gains this soul. Okay, and then there's Soul of Lust. Soul of Lust. Each time a player kills a monster, put a counter on this. When the 6 counters put on this, the active player gains this soul. So this is what I'm talking about. The bonus souls when you do something very specific, and then you get the soul. And then there's Soul of Pride, which is cool. Soul of Pride. The charger put a counter on this. When the 6 counters put on this, the active player gains this soul. Pretty cool. Then there's Soul of Sloth. I believe Soul of Sloth is Soul of Sloth. The first time a player controls 4 items, the active player who controls the fewest items for the fewer items. This person gains his soul. And then this one is the final one. That's the final card. Each time a player dies, put a counter on this. When the 6 this soul. So overall, fun set of 5 cards. I like all of them. These are all my. There's also my rebalance cards, which I'm going to have to. And we're gonna put these guys back in the box, of course. But that is all of our cards. There are other things I can unbox in here, so we're gonna do those. But for the most part, we are pretty much done. So. Yeah, they've added. There are some other things. There's rolls of pennies. These come with sets of pennies, and these are how you actually play the game. You need these. You need these. I already have, but the more the merrier. You need as many of them as you can carry. Also, and then also here's my Bob's. So cool! I've got Bob's brain now. I didn't have him before, but I have him now. In any case, we also have Nichols and Nichols, I believe. Nichols. These like a bunch of these, and unfortunately, that was not where it's been added Nichols. Here's the new updated penny bank to where you can keep all of your stuff in it. So, yeah, you keep all of your tokens and stuff like that. And speaking of tokens, there are, in fact, new tokens. So, first, you've got heart tokens. And heart tokens are just tracking. Pretty cool. And then, here, what they do, I believe, counters. Put them. And finally, and this is the thing. Powerful 2 bosses. Unboxing. say so unfortunately everything there's unfortunately down. I appreciate the game and I love the game. I love supporting the game. I am happy to have them all, and I believe there's something at the bottom. If I can open this up and check. Yes, the Forgotten is in the bottom. So that, but the boss is the Forgotten is the bottom, and you can just keep him to store things. Yeah. Overall, I am pretty happy with with my cards. I'm pretty happy with my loot. And overall, I'm pretty proud of everything. So yeah, thank you guys for coming to hang out. This was a massive thing. This was obviously a little bit longer than I normally. Well, not by much. It's maybe like a half an hour longer. But yeah, we're gonna. In any case, with that, we are going to find someone to raid now that we've done the unboxing. But overall, I am pretty happy with all the things that. Were able. Oh. So yeah, we haven't raided in a while, but I think I'm gonna raid Axis because maybe I think myself. So we will. To play. She's back now. She's playing the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I have no idea how far. I have to help myself.